redo the finale of Cosmos.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Bring back Brack.
Let's redo the finale of Cosmos right now. Let's switch.
Not gonna do it if you're standing up.
Yeah, you don't have a chair, so.
No, that's bullshit. I'm taking my chair. Hi, stream.
Hello. Welcome to tonight's episode. Apparently, standing up has meant I've completely forgotten how to word. Welcome to tonight's episode of Maxed and Doubled here on Maximum Altitude. We are sans Josh today, unfortunately.
He fell into a pit of quicksand and has been lost to us forever.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
I really should have drained that thing before I pushed him into it.
On the glasses half full side, you're going to have less back talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we're not entirely sure about
said
this. Someone's got to keep this side of the table as impunitive as ever.
So Glenn's obviously going to step up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'm stepping up in a big way.
And
I'm gonna
he's
need to
perfectly
be able to
capable
get
of
up to-
doing so as well. That's the problem. We are also sans my chair. I am going to start standing up for DMing because I want to.
And
I have a
because
lot of
I
trouble
keep messing
staying
with
still.
him. And so now...
That too. Now Glenn can't steal my chair with his foot every time I go to pull it out of its tucked under the table position.
Yep. He's just decided to take all my fun
I
away.
guess he's
First he
just gonna
takes
have
away
to
Josh,
stick
and
with
first he
stick with
kills
dice.
Josh. Then he takes away the chair.
I thought you
Hold
His
on, I
dice
thought you
are
killed
always-
Josh. You're already twisting this story.
His dice are always on the table before I can hide them of the night. It's getting
To be
frustrating.
fair, they
You're
haven't
making
moved
it harder.
since last Saturday, so
Oh,
they just never moved.
I'll figure something out. I
Eventually.
mean, there's got to be a way to cause a TPK tonight,
Glenn.
right? Hello.
Oh, trust me.
Somehow hide the glove.
I've already hidden the other glove, but he's just stopped looking for it.
Yeah, it just became a thing.
I mean, the reason he's wearing one glove tonight, guys, is because he drives with that glove. And I know you. You haven't been out of the house today.
No. I
So
truly do
that
not know
glove's
where
been
this glove
on
is.
his hand since yesterday, at least.
How long does it take to
At least
dry
it's
after the
clean.
shower?
That's
He
what I was
uses a hairdryer.
Truly, I don't know where this glove is at all. So whenever I put glove on in the morning, I only have one to put on. Anyway.
I feel like I need to buy him some gloves, guys.
No, don't do that. It's more funny this way.
Yeah. It's kind of become my thing. I kind of like it. I'll take it. I'll do it.
Can you just grab your crotch and go?
Don't do that. Don't do
I'm getting conflicting messages.
For
here,
once,
guys.
I'm agreeing with Glenn.
Okay, I won't do it.
that. If Michael agrees with me, you know it's a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
I almost covered.
Anyway, without further ado, hopefully you can all hear me as well. I've pointed the mic up towards me and I'm trying not to lean forward and have bad posture, but if I need to do that, well, I'll just break my back. So that's how far I will go for you.
It's creepy. Stop being creepy. Just start the session.
Previously on Maxed and Doubled, you all, having cured a stranded hunting party of their affliction brought upon them by pestilence, you were led to a mountain pass leading through the Dalen Range Major, which took you to a smuggler's haven kind of a town on the other side. You made your way into this town, encountering a slard in the process, getting the hell out of there, and looking for a way to cross the Gulf of Cliftonwood, which you came across at the harbour a grey-skinned tiefling, or so it seemed, who offered you passage across the Gulf. Sulphur smelled something was wrong, and upon boarding
Alright.
the cargo barge that had been offered to you with a skeleton crew of rowers, the disguise was revealed as Fenrir dropped his spell, and the party proceeded to have quite an extensive conversation with him in the 2 hours that it took to cross the Gulf on the water, learning a decent amount about the horsemen, about their existence, and Fenrir sharing some personal information as well. Before reaching the other side, crossing through the other part of the Smuggler's Haven on that side quite quickly at Fenrir's recommendation, before parting ways temporarily as Fenrir heads north to go and scout out the region you intend to head, while you all headed south to the city of Yoln. You climbed up quite a lot of a very large ascent as you moved your way up into the mountains towards the kind of apex or the meeting point, the vertices of the two mountain ranges as they met at the end of the gulf and continued south as one mountain range. And as you crested over part of this mountain, you saw the city of Yoln laid out before you. And as you stand here looking over Yoln, you can see that most of the buildings are entirely made of stone or hard materials, some roof tiles that might be some mud or ceramic style of material, but you don't see any timber anywhere, at least from your current vantage point. As you look out, you see it's a roughly circular city, and it's tiered inwards. So there is an outer ring, and then you can see a large drop-off that goes all the way around into another ring down, and then another ring down. And then you can see finally in the center there's a circular region where you can't really make out what buildings or what is in there, but you can see these levels as they go down further and further. And you stand here looking out.
I immediately have several questions. I would like to see if I can see from my vantage point their stormwater solution.
What?
Because if it's a tiered city going down, if it rains heavily,
okay.
the guys at the bottom
make a perception check.
There's a bag of holding in the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, what the hell was that attempt?
6.
6. You from here, you don't know what their
Too busy putting on makeup.
what their drainage situation is at the moment.
Just goes straight into bag of holding.
Yeah, it's lined.
Right
Yoln has a corporate partnership with Bag Holdings. Yeah. So, what would you like to do, standing here, looking out over the city?
I'd like to stand there looking out over the city.
Okay.
So
I would like to query, as Hannah, how are we buying the stuff from Yoln that we're supposed to buy without access to Josh's extravagant wallet?
What's this?
So yeah,
We now have access to Josh's extravagant
Right,
wallet.
there you go.
Just spend all the gold.
Spend
Leave
all
him
of it.
nothing.
He comes back and he's poor, and we're just like, you passed out on the road. We had to protect your wallet.
He comes back, he's poor, we're all in tuxes. Oh, hello, Sulcus.
I mean, I'm already in a tux, really.
What? I thought it was a raincoat.
Oh no, it's a magic fancy suit.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. It's like a
okay.
It's a presto suit.
like a colonial style suit, like with the tail,
Gotcha.
coat-tailed jacket and.
Okay, that makes...
Do you have that weird ascot-y
More sense.
scarf thing
Like a little one, yeah.
with like a little jewel or something on it?
Yeah.
Okay,
I know what
trust
I'm
you less
picturing
now.
Tell me just really quickly, do John's shoes have buckles?
No, they're kind of like shiny docks kind of look.
It's not suit. The suit.
They're like fine boots.
That just
Like
really
a
does
fancy
not suit
person
the
might
suit.
go riding
You need
in
to
them.
have like those leather shoes with the big silver buckles on them.
Dude's got zippers on his boots.
He's so far ahead of his time.
He's going for FPOS, he's going for zippers.
It's like, why don't we just take my helicopter?
Yeah.
Alright.
That'll get us there
Why do we
faster.
climb all the way up here?
You have had a helicopter this whole time.
Yeah,
Just keep it in your bag of holding.
Anyway,
guys, just
continuing.
wait till you get to Gredalia. What are you doing?
Probably moving towards the city.
Yeah, like
I'm
leisurely
going to
walking
scout
down the
out
hill.
all the exits from the city.
Okay, so as you move forward, make a perception check for me, Sarah.
Do I have to?
Yes. And are you looking for anything in particular as you walk? Are you just
Like gates, buildings that I could climb up to get over walls. ways I can exit the city shall I need to in a haste.
Okay. What was the check?
It was perception, right?
Yes.
14.
14. You as you walk, as you start to move into that first tier, there is around this top tier there is a slight decline into it, but then it's pretty much flat every tier you can see. So as you as you move down this decline, you glance around and you see there are no walls. There are no built constructed walls anywhere around Yoln. It's all seemingly natural terrain that forms Yoln's defenses.
Yeah.
There are a number of ramps, stairwells, ladders, all kinds of things leading between the tiers. But from the top tier, it looks like you can just pretty much walk out anywhere. There are a number of places where it is cliff faces, where the mountains go a little bit higher. But between the mountains, you can see you could pretty much just walk out anywhere and you'd probably be able to get out of sight of the city.
Are the streets like angled downhill at all towards the middle, or is it mostly flat and then sudden drop off?
It's pretty much mostly flat and there's a sudden
Okay.
cliff all the way around. Some of it, obviously, there's a little bit of
Yeah.
dip. It's not perfectly geometric, but there are, for the most part, just flat drop-offs.
Okay. So if I were to drop a
Sounds-
bowling ball, it wouldn't necessarily end up in the middle of the pit.
No, it wouldn't
If
necessarily.
you were to drop a bowling ball, it would.
Well, I
You're
am
just
very
gonna
good
go-
at calculating bowling ball trajectories. It's true.
And the rest of you, as you walk, are you looking for anything in particular? Are you
Yeah,
searching for something?
Like-
I'm looking for my favorite signs.
Keeping an eye out for like a library or a marketplace or something. Just
Okay. Roll an investigation check,
Hell yes.
and you can roll a perception check.
okay.
I also want a herbalist.
16.
16,
21.
21, nice. You don't see any wanted signs.
Okay,
As
good.
you're walking through, there are a number of posters up on walls. There are some wanted signs for other people,
Yeah.
but you don't see any of your own.
If people like catch me looking, I'm just gonna like pretend that I'm a bounty hunter. I'm gonna look very, very gruff.
We already look like
It's
bounty
evening, isn't
hunters.
I know.
It is evening, yeah. It's getting quite dark at this stage.
Yeah.
Can I
and you're
spy
looking
anything
for-
that looks like a herbalist that I could
Yeah,
maybe
sure.
check out in the morning?
Sure. Roll a investigation check.
Like marketplace, library.
Marketplace library.
12.
You can see on the third tier down, what looks to be the entire tier looks less. It looks more sparse than
Yeah.
the rest, and it looks more market stall-y type.
Okay.
The entire third tier, you can see
Yeah.
it all the way around with this market-looking area.
Yeah.
And you can see, in terms of larger buildings, there aren't really many larger buildings, so you can't from this distance, and walking through, you don't directly encounter a library. But
Yeah.
from this distance, you can't see anything that would look like a library or a larger establishment. Sariel, as you go, in the current district, you're currently in the very top ring. You don't find any stores of any kind as you walk through.
Residential?
That'd be annoying.
Hey?
Is it residential?
It seems to be entirely residential where you currently are, yes.
So there's not even any inns or anything on the first tier?
No. Doesn't seem to be. Not you've encountered so far. So as you continue walking, you wind your way through, yeah?
While we're still in the top tier, I want to look down and see if I can like see any devices for conducting electrical currents on any buildings.
You see a lot.
I'm talking Jacob's ladders.
Right. You don't see any.
Gotcha. Okay.
You see a lot of antennae.
Yep.
A number of Umbral antennae, which on almost every building has something that you can make out, either as you walk past it on the side or looking down on the roof.
Right.
They all have some sort of Umbral antennae, but you don't see what you're.
Excellent.
As you wind your way through these top residential streets, you do eventually come to in this main road, which is paved. It is all paved in some quite well-worn cobblestones, you come to a ramp that seems to go down into the next tier.
Yeah.
And as you start to descend into there, you can see a lot more in the way of shops, workshops, other establishments. You can see a number of people at this evening time moving in and out of what look to be taverns and inns. You can see as you walk through, you can see a number of forges and other shop signs hanging out the front of certain buildings. This seems to be the merchant district that you're walking through now.
Yeah. So we were after some of them magic storing thingos, right? That's one of the main reasons for coming here.
Yes.
Yeah, the portable Umbral holdy thing.
Right. Yes.
Indeed, you will.
So I guess I imagine there's plenty around. Let's have a look and see what's on offer. Or do you guys want to find a place to bed for the night and then work on that tomorrow?
I think work on it tomorrow. I'm not sure we'll find anything of interest.
We can always find somewhere to sleep and maybe they can direct us somewhere.
Yeah, that seems like a fair plan.
What session is this?
11.
Uh-oh.
Have you missed some, have you?
Just a couple.
I was reading your notes.
Don't.
Some of them are freaking hilarious, I have to
The
say.
DM knows all.
I do know all.
It's great because you
He
can't know
doesn't
my
know
secrets because they're
mine.
indecipherable.
Yeah,
He doesn't know
I couldn't.
mine.
I couldn't make yours out. It's great because Josh has no naming scheme for his shit. He started by writing session and then the word 1, then session the word 2, session 3, and then he went to session 4 the number, session 5 the number, session 6 the number, and then he went to 7th session, 8th session, 9th session.
Wait till he gets to Roman numerals.
Yeah, he's gonna just keep adapting it every 3 sessions. So are you looking for an inn to stay the night?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You do fairly quickly in this district come across one where there is the sign hanging out the front, and you can see it's what looks to be a depiction of a nest, a bird's nest of some kind. And as you approach it a little bit closer, you can see the words wrapped around say the Rock's Roost.
Okay. Yeah, seems as good a place as any.
Yep.
Okay, you head on in. It is a bustling establishment. There are quite a few people moving in and out here. No one seems to pay any particular attention to you. Most people seem to be at least of the same rough appearance as the most of you. They dress fairly simply, but they're all human or elf or half elf, or you don't see any particularly standout races.
Yeah.
And you move in, and from the back right-hand side, where the counter is for the bar, the innkeep or the barkeep looks up it and sees you, and kind of gives you a quick halfway of half salute.
Yeah.
Goes back to serving a drink to a patron, and leaves you to your devices as the door closes behind you.
Okay.
I yawn.
Yeah, I guess we'll get some rooms, I suppose. Well, so, hey, Silkus, you still feel like keeping a room to yourself, or
Well,
I guess
you
we'll
know I
fi-
do.
I don't know if I can
That's a pretty good
tolerate
service.
being with that wolf all night. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
Tolerate.
oh, look, I mean,
I didn't know you were so flexible. Your foot is right up in your mouth right now. Well,
I feel like I'm playing Silks pretty well.
Yep. All right.
all right, let's
Silks
go.
just kind of sulks for a bit.
You know, I'm going to bring this up with Josh at some point so everybody better remember.
I hope so. I want you to.
I want him to have no idea why.
Who's going to approach?
I think it should be someone else that
Yeah,
approaches.
I'll go approach you and keep sure.
I'm like Tony Stark. I don't like people handing me things, and I don't like handing people things.
Yep.
You walk up, kind of squeezing your way through a couple of groups of people. Walk up to the bar, and the innkeep notices you, looks over, continues serving, finishes what he's doing, and then kind of sidles up to you next to the bar and says, "Greetings, my friend.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Rock's Roost. What would you like tonight?"
Is he Silkus as well?
I'll figure out whether we're getting
Slightly
food later. How much is it for room for 3 for the night?
A room for 3 for the night. That will be, 9 silver.
9 silver.
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
Don't forget the canine.
No, I'm just not going to mention the canine. It's a pet. It's fine. Sulfur's chill. Sulfur can just go in. It's fine. I don't see why this will be a problem. It'll have 3 beds, and Sulfur can sleep where there isn't bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Should just
I'll
end up
yeah
all
I'll,
over me.
I'll pull out a gold and hand him a gold.
Okay.
Seeing as I actually have money for once.
Yeah. He pockets that, turns around, rifles for a bit through what looks to be just a bucket that you can see of silver and gold pieces and copper pieces, and pulls out a silver piece and hands it back to you. Would you like a meal or anything brought up to you, or just the room?
I'll get back to you on that. Thank you.
You're welcome. He continues
Yeah.
serving other patrons. Silkus goes up in your wake and also makes a transaction. You see him hand over 3 silver and
Several gold.
yeah.
Give me your best room. Build me a new room. I want to be the first. So, build me a new room. I want to be your first in there.
Do you have an eraser?
Yes.
Thank you.
If there's even a spot of dust there, I'll be
That's
sorely
hilarious. Yeah,
disappointed.
exactly the amount of silver. Yeah.
I actually expected him to ask for a nobleman's room.
Well, he does
You know,
this while
with
you're not
feather
listening.
down
So.
pillows.
Yeah.
We should get a map. We should get a town map.
Yeah, that's a solid idea. Do you want to do that tomorrow at the markets, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to find a herbalist at some stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Well,
look
I mean,
around.
I used a lot of those poultices on sulfur. I think that they were quite useful. So I wouldn't mind getting some more.
You're gonna look around and find I'm especially gonna look in the smokers section of the tavern to see if I can see what is clearly a herbalist.
Make a perception check.
Oh my lord.
Can I have advantage because I was so specific?
No.
Okay, that was worth a shot.
Nah, you don't get advantage because of all the smoke.
Hold on. 6.
There's no smokers section.
Okay.
You look around. You
The
see a
entire
couple
tavern
people-
is the smokers
You
section.
see a couple people who look to be probably a little wealthier, puffing on large cigars and pipes of the sort. But no, you don't see any herbalists.
Okay.
At
What
least
about herbalists?
you don't know.
It's just like, oh
I'll
yes,
find
come
the
here.
most
Come
wide
here
gnome
to
I
the
can.
hotbox room.
Unlike in some massively multiplayer online role-playing games, they don't just walk around with capes that have their symbol on it.
No one knows what you're talking about, Oscar. Get back to the game. So yeah, we should find a map.
I actually don't know what he's talking about.
Neither do I.
Some people will. I'm sure some people will.
I'm pretty sure it's either Habbo Hotel or RuneScape.
Damn all your EVE Online references.
What is Habbo Hotel? What?
I remember Habbo Hotel.
I have no idea what that is.
It was before your time.
Yeah, a lot of things were before my time.
Honestly, it should have been before our time too, Glenn.
28, nothing's before my time.
I'm getting old.
Again, 28, no sympathy.
Turning 27. Come on.
So you all head up to your rooms.
I'm gonna stay around and see if I can see if there's like anyone playing cards and see if I can get in on that. Seeing as
Okay.
I've I fucking love playing cards.
Okay. Are
Look at Michael, seeing if you've developed a mini game for this.
are you actually putting money on it?
Yeah, I'll put money on it.
This is
I
why
won't
John
put
never has
all of my
money.
money on it, but
He's
I'll
like-
put up to a gold on it.
An accountant, economics guy that can't handle money.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess that he straight up counts cards.
You do find a game of cards is going on.
Yep.
You kind of sidle up to them, and they give you a bit of a weird look.
Yep.
You're gonna try and play.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and play.
Okay. They seem a little hesitant at first, but they do allow you a seat.
Yep.
And they give you your portion of cards and the necessary materials to play.
Yeah.
You.
Poker.
How much are you going to put down?
Here you go, bet with these. They're only Silkus's spell slots, so you're fine.
Are we talking about, like, in a
How much are
single
you
play or
willing to
overall for the
how much are
game?
you willing to spend? Like, what's your pool of money?
Olympic
I'll put
size.
a gold.
A gold. Okay. All right. So what we'll do is we'll roll.
Yeah.
We will roll 7 times.
Yeah.
With each round, you will either gain or lose 3 silver.
Okay.
So this will
So
be,
contested then?
I would say, contested intelligence check.
Okay.
I was gonna go with dexterity.
Yeah, I was
I
hoping
would-
for
I would've
charisma, but
gone-
this will go too.
I would have gone sleight of hand. Make it even more special.
Actually,
to
yeah,
you.
make it charisma.
Okay.
Make it charisma.
Oh no.
8.
8. Okay, so that's 3 silver off of
Yep.
your gold pool. One more time, another time. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
with that, that's you get 6 back. So
Okay.
you're
Man,
now
double
3
or
up.
nothing.
Yep.
What did he roll?
7.
Natural 20.
Okay, so you're now even.
Yep. Another 7.
You are now up 3. That was 4. That's cocked.
16.
You're up 6. That's 5.
14.
Up 9. And the last roll.
6.
Oh, up 6. So you spend
Yay, 6
Yeah.
you spend about an hour or so with this group,
Yeah.
kind of getting a little bit rowdy, and having your game of cards, and you do come out of it 6 silver richer than you
Yeah.
previously were. The rest of you, what are you doing?
I am going to.
You just made back almost all the room money. You just paid for
Yep.
yourself.
I would like to. I'd like to go downstairs and ask for like some parchment and a pen and or a quill.
There's like
or
one
whatever.
piece of paper.
I have parchment and a quill.
Okay, I probably would have asked
don't
you
have-
before then.
I don't have an inkwell.
Okay.
Silkus does. Silkus can offer you his
Alright.
inkwell for the time being.
Sweet.
So I will give you Fenrir's quill
Ooh.
and his paper that is not of good quality.
That is
which I
important
took
for me
from
to know.
Former's house.
It is important to know, yeah. if you can't use that.
I wasn't about to start writing down spells or whatever. Who do
That's
you
fine.
think I am? A wizard?
Yeah.
I'm going to actually draw as best I can what I picked up over the last couple of nights.
Okay.
Yep. In Western comic book fashion, so left to right.
Okay.
Your story
I'm basically focusing in on the main dude that I saw
Mm-hmm.
and drawing him as best I can, paying special attention to the crest.
Okay. So
And I guess I'll draw the other dude as well.
okay.
I'm just
Roll a
picturing
sleight of hand check.
your
Oh, yeah.
actual comic style, like
Yeah.
your actual drawing style for this.
Yeah.
Which one? The really cartoony one or the comic one?
like your Facebook photo.
The like 19
Oh dear.
the like 1940s like printed with dots style.
I don't have a very good piece of parchment, so I just
And Archibald invents the comic book.
Yes.
sleight of hand, was it?
Sleight of hand.
15.
15. Okay, you do get a pretty accurate rendition of
Okay.
the characters
Yep.
that you encounter.
Wait. Now I can actually see them.
Sariel, during this time, what are you doing?
I have a couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
First, I do want food
Okay.
from the keeper.
Yep.
So I'm going to walk up to him and you offered food, I believe.
Yes, we can provide food. It's only 2 silver for a meal.
Define meal.
Couple meats. Some.
Do you have
Plants.
raw meat?
Sorry, what was that?
Do you have raw meat?
I mean, we cook the meat on the spot, so yes, we have raw meat.
Right. Can I get a large adult male human portion size of raw meat? And then just a normal meal, please.
Yes.
I have a pet canine. I'm not
I
going to
s-
eat the raw meat.
I see. We don't usually allow pets in here.
Please.
It's a wolf,
She's
you can
very-
argue with it.
3 silver.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll give him an extra silver for allowing me to have her.
Okay, so you give him 4 silver. He kind of confusedly turns, goes around into the kitchen area, and you hear some muffled talking back there for a bit, and then he comes out with the raw meat for you, which he presents to you, and your meal will be ready soon. So
Oh, and I'll just go up to the room.
okay. About half an hour later, your meal is delivered to your room, and you are left alone. The two of you. Silkus has gone to his own room at this stage.
About
You can hear the scratching of his quill through the 3 walls between you.
about 20 minutes before the kitchen closes, I'm going to suddenly remember that I have to eat.
Okay, so 2 silver if you're getting a meal for yourself, and
Who's in the room with me? Well, so I'm assuming he's still gambling.
he's still downstairs
Yep.
gambling. You noticed this as you went down to get food, and
Okay.
it's just Archibald because Silkus is in his own room at the moment.
So, Sariel's in a better place right now than she's been since you guys have met her. And for the first time since meeting up with these guys, she's actually going to pull her flute out of her bag. And while you're drawing, I'm just sitting in the corner, and all you can hear is like, "My heart will go on" by Celine coming through on the flute.
John, you do notice not long before you finish your gambling session, Silkus does come downstairs.
Okay.
And he looks over at you, sees you gambling happily, kind of leaves you be, gives you a kind of a smile, and he goes and orders a drink. And you see him for the next, for the next 10 minutes or so while you're still gambling. You see him drinking happily, conversing with people, having a pretty good time. After you're finished gambling, are you going to stay downstairs, or are you going to head up to your room?
I'm gonna head up and have some rations. Probably. We'll
Okay.
just deal with that.
No worries.
Are you going to eat rations?
I gotta save up some money. I want to treat myself tomorrow.
If I see him eating rations, I'm going to buy him dinner.
Okay.
Do I see him eating?
I mean, I'm gonna eat in our room. So yeah.
He goes up and eats
so
it. So yeah.
I'm going to buy him
Oh,
That's
Um,
fine. Another 2 silver, and then you're good.
Thanks, Ariel. I was kind of hoping to save up for tomorrow. I was kind of wanting to treat myself, as it were.
You're fine.
Yeah.
Just while we're in a town, you might as well get actual nutritious food into you.
Yeah, I suppose.
And I mean, we might need the rations later.
That's true. Yeah, makes sense. But thank you.
Okay. Is there anything else you wanted to do, Sariel? You said you had a couple things.
I want to string the bow.
Okay. Make
And if there's still a rune, I'm going to swear at it and go to bed.
make an athletics check with advantage
Woo!
for the bowstringer.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. What's that? What's
And
the
it's
total?
the Vex dice, so it's got arrows on it.
Nice.
Yes.
What's the total?
What am I doing again?
Athletics.
I got distracted.
Athletics.
Don't rob this.
22.
Okay.
22. Okay. So you get the bow strung fairly easily this time. Actually, you feel like either the bow is being easier to draw, or you're getting stronger. And you go to draw back on it. The runes activate, but you get the string a little bit pulled. You manage to draw it just a little bit, fighting against those runes before letting it down. You're not able to shoot it yet, but you were able to draw it slightly.
So, rather than swearing loudly, I'm still going to swear,
Quietly.
but and I'm going to say Fenrir's name a couple of times in this list of
Yep.
fine swear words, calling his mother a hamster and all these other nice little things. But I'm not going to do it as angrily as I would have if it didn't move.
Okay.
It's a softer anger.
Alright.
Well, that's
But yeah, I'm
creative.
going to go to bed after that.
So, with that, sorry, your passive perception, yours is not higher, I don't think. Yours is
Passive is
Okay.
10
13?
plus perception, right?
yes,
11.
so yours is higher.
14.
Okay, Sariel, you do a little bit later in the night, as you're kind of drifting off to sleep, you hear Silkus in the halls muttering happily to himself as he walks past your door and to his own room. Seems like he's gone to sleep quite late tonight, but he has now returned to his room. And unless there's anything else you'd all like to do,
Before we go to sleep, I'm gonna hand you the picture of this dude is described in a chat that Oscar had with me, and let's just see if it's on text or if it's in last week's episode.
it's in.
It's in the last week's secret zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Basically, he's a dude who's got who's covered in tattoos as well, wearing like a flowy sort of robe, and he's got a like a crest under his robe of
Like right here.
of Jacob's ladder. And do you know anything about this dude or that crest? I point at the Jacob's ladder.
Yeah.
Roll a history check.
6.
You don't know where the Jacob's ladder crest comes from.
Yeah.
You're not familiar with it.
Okay.
The robes, the way Archibald has depicted them, they seem fairly ornate.
Yeah.
And seems like probably someone higher up in a organization or in government.
Yeah.
From what Archibald's description has been.
Yeah.
But you don't recognize the crest from his depiction.
Yeah.
Does the name Andialo mean anything to you?
Make another history check.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Michael.
It does not.
Okay, well,
Sorry, Archibald.
it was worth a try. I heard you guys talking about the Academy of Umbral Abatement, and the next night I had a vision of this dude talking to another dude saying, "You'll do great things for Usin," and blah 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 blah, and the dude wasn't me. I wasn't anywhere in the room. How did I know that?
Yeah.
I
Freaking visions, man.
Yep, and yeah, it's just I was hoping you'd be able to shed some light on it. I mean,
Yeah. Sorry.
you saw me.
disappointing us.
You saw who I'm assuming was me
I-
having the procedure done. So I figured maybe there was a connection there.
Yeah, I also kind of figured that was you. I don't
Yeah.
quite clearly remember the face in the vision, but
Yeah.
I kind of thought so.
From my vision, it might not have been.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who knows?
anyway, go to bed.
Yep.
I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay. So you all go to sleep.
Yep.
You can all mark off a long rest, and we are now going into the morning of 8th. Kuden. Pardon me. I've had phlegm in my throat for a couple days. Apparently, I've been sick.
Gross.
Yeah, really is.
Oh, it's Saturday.
Can I roll for sulfur, like a contested some sort of check to wake up before Archibald?
Oh, damn. Forgot about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll contested constitution check.
Natural 20. Fuck.
Natural 1.
So Archibald, of course, wakes up to like her all over him, but on top of that, she was being really thoughtful this morning and brought him some dried jerky covered in drool from my backpack for his breakfast. It's just lying right here, and she's kind of like nudging you, like, "You gonna eat it?"
Thank you, Sulfur, but you can have it.
She starts crying.
Aww. Alright, I'll have it. And as I reach my arm up, I'm casting Presto.
She doesn't care as long as you eat it.
Once I'm satisfied that it's been prestidigitation, then I will eat it.
Okay.
Like, looking her in the eye while I do.
And like as soon as you put it in your mouth and start chewing, she's wagging her tail and like she's got her tongue sticking out one side of her mouth, and she's like, "Yay!"
Can't wait till I'm back on Last Watch.
Okay. So,
And
What
she's
do
just
you
gonna
intend
bound
to do,
happily back over to me like, "I did it."
Sorry, I apparently owe you some jerky.
Oh, you finally.
what would you like to do?
Have breakfast. I believe Archibald doesn't need me.
Okay. So, you head downstairs. It is not nearly as busy this morning as it was the previous night. As you all get down there, the first thing you notice is Silkus sitting happily at the bar, chatting away with the innkeep. He seems in high spirits today. As you walk over, he acknowledges that you're all there. He is happy to see you.
Yeah.
And he kind of he asks the innkeep. He says, "Olav, if you could just give us a moment, please." And the innkeep moves off to do some work around in the kitchen, while he kind of pulls you all in to the side and. So I've been thinking.
Uh-oh.
I know I've been a little difficult the last couple of days, but I've decided that I'm happy to go along with any plans you might have. I say let's do this. Let's go after Pestilence.
Insight check.
Is he still drunk?
That's why I'm insight checking.
I would also like to.
Do you believe him? Rolling insight check, yes.
I'm rolling inside to see if he's drunk.
21.
Hold on.
That is hilarious.
17.
I rolled a natural one.
He's still slurring his words.
He seems genuine.
I'm going to feel his forehead.
Just like.
Feel his head?
I love.
Roll a medicine check.
I love
Something's
you
wrong
guys.
with him.
And I just want you to know that whatever plan you have, I'm so happy to go along with it. Like,
15.
15. He doesn't have a fever.
You sure?
He seems in good health.
Okay, next thing I'm going to do is get a hanky and get him to blow his nose.
He understands. He takes it, tries to blow his nose, doesn't get anything.
While she's doing this, I want to know if John is somehow more drunk now than he was last night when I was asking him about the questions that I had, because I have not left his vicinity since. So I'm just curious how.
it's not drunk, it's hungover. There's a
Never
difference.
mind. Never mind. I
Which
do
reminds
not
me,
know.
I will make John tea. And I'm going to make a second cup of tea and give it to Silkus just in case.
Okay. You do so, and he takes a sip and says, I was expecting this to be a lot worse. So thank you.
What is wrong with you?
He doesn't seem like himself, does he?
No. Are you
It was
alright?
surprisingly good.
Are you alright? Did you get laid last night? I did hear you
No.
happily talking to yourself in the corridor.
I don't even know what that means.
Did you have relations with a barmaid last night? Were you
No.
alone in your room?
I was alone in my room, yes.
Okay, that's enough.
I'm confused now.
Nope.
I was just scratching my quill all night. Well, not all night. I mean, 4 hours. For 4 hours of it, I was asleep, but for the rest of the night, I was just scratching my quill, not my pill.
Okay, this is both in and out of character laughter. Like, John is definitely on the
I
floor
don't understand
laughing.
why you're having so much fun with this. Have I said something wrong?
No.
I'll tell you when you're older.
I'm older than you. Actually, I don't know how old you are.
I know how old you are, and I'll tell you when you're older.
I don't understand. Olaf, you can come back now. Olaf comes back round the corner and begins polishing the glasses from last night and mugs as he moves from the counter out to the actual tables, grabbing all the remaining mugs that were left out, tankards from the patrons last night. The rest of you,
I
all.
actually cried.
I'm glad. Are you all grabbing a meal? for
Yeah.
breakfast?
I'm fine. I've had
You've had salsa jerky.
I've had beef jerky.
Yeah.
Please don't phrase it like that. You've already had one phrasing incident tonight. I'd hate for there to be another one. But while they're eating, I'm going to remember that I stick out like a sore thumb at a work site, and I'm going to cast Disguise Self on myself.
Okay.
Get rid of all my tattoos.
Well, you still have the makeup on.
Yeah, you did.
Some
your
of it's
shower
rubbing off in
outside.
places from
Okay.
sleeping, but
That's
for the
fine.
most part, it's still there.
Okay.
So
I just
I mean, I
figured
can
it was
always
like
touch it up.
one night.
Hmm.
But alright, then I'm just gonna walk outside and have a look at the town's morning routine.
okay. So how long are you gonna stand out there for? Are you
Until they're finished. I'm just gonna
okay? So while
like,
they eat,
find a spot where I can see. I'm gonna. Is there like benches outside or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just sit out there,
okay.
have a look around,
It's fairly early in the morning.
Yeah.
You do sit out there. It's about half an hour before they come out to you. But for the half an hour, you watch as some early risers start walking through the streets. You see some establishments being opened up. None of the doors yet are being opened to patrons, but most places are being unlocked and getting set up for the morning, preparing for the day ahead. And it's probably equivalent to around about 7:38 in the morning at this point.
As someone walks past me, I just want to be like, excuse me.
Yes.
Just curious, I'm new in town and I'd like to not get lost. Do you know whereabouts we'd be able to find a map?
Oh, yes. I'm sure there's the general store just down over here, and he points in a direction, kind of off to there's a main road in one direction where you came from, and then further around the ring, he kind of points in that direction.
Okay.
The general store, they sell basic maps of the town if that's what you're looking for. Alternatively, if you're looking for something more detailed, maybe of the region, you'd be looking for an actual cartographer. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
No worries at all.
I like that accent.
And as he walks away, I'm gonna go find the general store, see if it's open.
Okay. Okay, so you walk down that street where he pointed you to.
Yep.
You see a store that has what seems to be just an icon of essentially a pot on the front. And as you walk up, you notice that it is still locked up.
Yep.
You can see people through the front kind of window.
Yep.
You can see, it looks like the manager walking around, the store owner walking around, but it is locked.
Okay.
It's just a bit too early in the morning.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just head back and sit back outside the tavern.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the four of you, you finish your meal. So that's 2 silver per person, plus 1 for sulfur. Which means I have to mark off for Silkus as well.
Did you mark off his drinking?
I did, yes. I did indeed do that.
If I'd had 1 silver and I'm paying 4, so I have 7 and 1 less gold.
Yes.
I hate maths.
Wait, 4? Oh, yeah.
I like how he isn't even paying attention to his own
Hey,
maths.
I was doing the math as I was listening to you say that. Okay. So you do. You eat your meals. Silkus is jovial this morning. He seems happy. He's come to some sort of realization, or something has happened in the last night that has lifted his spirits, and he's a lot more agreeable now as well. Still a little bit pompous, and still doesn't always say the right thing, but he is much more agreeable than he previously has been, and he seems happy to go along with your plans.
As long as he doesn't say he has to tolerate her every...
So, the 4 of you finish your meal and you head out, knowing that Archibald was just going outside to basically sit in the sun.
Yeah.
And as you walk out, he's still sitting there at a bench next to the Rock's Roost, and they all walk out.
Hey guys, found the general store. You can probably get a map there and probably some other help as well.
Cool.
You
Nice
didn't
plan.
happen to find a herbalist?
I figured once we got the map, we'd be able to ask the general store manager, and he could draw it on the map for us.
That is good.
Mm-hmm.
Well thought through.
I'm kind of happy to be in a big city today. It's my birthday, so I can actually go out and treat myself.
Happy birthday. What does that mean?
Oh, it's same day of the year as when I was born, except about
It
some
means that
odd
he's officially a year.
Yeah.
year. So
And
I
most
see.
people
somewhat
celebrate
42 years ago, but still.
Oh, happy birthday, John.
Thank you, Silkus.
Very well. So,
When he says it's his birthday, Sulphur's gonna like go and then like run off.
Okay.
Yeah, bet you wish you didn't give me that jerky this morning.
Gave it to the wrong person.
He's gone.
All right.
Should we be worried about that?
She'll
Okay.
she'll find her way back.
We're not worried about
Other
the
people?
town, I guess.
She'll
Okay, if you say so.
It participates in combat. It will win.
Oscar.
Yes.
I just really like to imagine
She's going to hunt around
And-
for a birthday present that she can give to John. What do I roll to see if she
Getting
gets
a
a good one?
handful of flowers.
like
By
really.
a handful of
Roll a survival check for Sulphur.
I just love to imagine a guy who's like used to like catching like feral cats, just chasing Sulphur around with like a medium-sized net that is clearly too small for Sulphur. Just like stop.
9.
It's made for raccoons and stuff.
She runs around for a while, finds a few rats that she discards as not good enough. Doesn't come up with anything she's particularly satisfied with, but she does find a slightly bigger than a rat. So it looks still like a rodent, but it's definitely not a small rat style of thing. As it runs across out into the street, Sulphur bolts after it, eventually grabbing it by its neck and murdering it mercilessly before bringing it to John. And
Which
Sulphur,
she places very carefully at you.
Sulphur brings this large rodent thing. It's like this big
It's a
up to
raccoon.
you, and
We're like this big.
yeah, like this big, and drops it gently at your feet before sitting back and kind of looking expectantly up at you. Her tail's wagging just slightly at the moment.
Sulphur, I don't know what you want me to do with this.
And she nuzzles it towards you and like it rolls over and onto your shoe.
Let's out one last.
You see there's a bit of a blood stain around the neck area as it rolls over.
I'm just gonna start giggling. Like, sorry, I'll just start giggling.
I appreciate the thought, Sulphur.
You should see what she does for my birthday, John.
I am sure you appreciate the thought as well.
If you don't pick it up and like put it in your pocket, she's gonna cry. Which is why I'm laughing. You're not gonna be able to get away.
Well, I guess my
with
pocket will be
throwing that
fine.
out for a few
I
hours.
think of all the pockets to put it in, it's a pretty good pocket to put it in.
I think I'll just like have it like underneath my elbow, like inside of my like coat, and then when like at one point when like we're walking past an alley and Sulphur's like looking the other way, I'll sort of go.
Okay.
I imagine when you throw it, you're going to end up stopping a mugging somehow.
You, as you all start walking again, John picks it up and tucks it in his coat pocket. You kind of take a position just next to him on his left, and as you walk, you notice, looking at John occasionally, you see that through his coat, it'll go red, 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 gone. Red, 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 gone. Red, 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 gone. As it bleeds through and then is prestoed out by the magic of the cloak. It's just pulsing very slowly in essentially his underarm. You do get to the general store. It's a little too early still at this
Before
point.
we do, I'm going to distract Sulphur somehow
Okay.
with like.
You can throw a stick or something.
No, I'm gonna presto like an odd odor on the other side of the street.
Okay. You just roll a sleight of hand check for me.
Am I rolling anything?
Oh come on!
Oh,
Not even trying to be subtle about it.
With Sulfur, roll an insight check for Sulfur.
And rolling. Oh,
DC's
God.
high. I set
What's
the DC pretty
what's
high.
Insight's done.
It's a wisdom skill.
Oh, she's a +1 on that, so 13.
13. You presto the smell, and you know she gets distracted for a bit, and she runs over to it. And John, you take this opportunity. Roll a sleight of hand check as well.
You have to throw it.
Natural 20. Natural 1. Natural 20. And in the brief moment that Sulfur runs over, you notice what Archibald's done, and you go, and you just toss this giant rodent out into an alleyway. In fact, you toss it so hard in your haste that it flies over a building. And you hear it just squelch on the other side of the building. And then Sulfur perks her ears up at the sound. And the smell's suddenly gone. She's very suspicious, but she doesn't know what's just happened, so she returns to your group. It is still early, so the general store hasn't yet opened. It's only taking you 10 minutes to walk to it. So
I want to look in the window for something practical.
I mean, it's a general store. There are quite a lot of practical things.
No. Like, you know how I gave him the staff? I want something a gift, but it has to be practical. I'm not a buy him something pretty kind of girl.
She's looking for an F+ machine for her.
Yes, exactly. Roll.
Or like a mint, a little tiny mint.
Roll a perception check.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
God damn it.
23.
23.
Yeah, that's a 19 plus 4. Come on.
He said it!
You said it!
Oh, you got me to say it! It took 11 sessions.
It took a birthday.
11 sessions and a birthday to do it, but you've done it.
Yay.
And you noticed. I could have gotten away scot-free, but you noticed.
If it wasn't for that meddling Glenn.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. You can claim that one, Hannah.
Yay!
Took 11 sessions and an hour and 8 minutes
Yeah.
into session 11 for the first goddammit of the campaign.
Yeah.
And it's not even hard. You just have to think of something that you think that John would like.
That's easy. Give me something practical, she says. Okay, you see a spade.
Look, I'm really glad it's not me, it's you. So.
You look through the window and watching as the owner kind of runs around putting certain items out, switching things out in the displays, and you see along one wall there seems to be a number of mining tools of sorts. There are pickaxes and what are they called?
Shovels.
No, pickaxe-like things. Jesus Christ, starts with an M.
Matix.
And
I would not have gotten that.
Matix. There are shovels and a number of larger implements for digging and mining. You see along another wall, there seem to be what look like farming implements for probably just smaller plots of farms, things like dibbers and trowels, stuff like that.
What's a dibber do?
You're the worst. Dibber-dibber-doo. Suddenly the Flintstones.
That was a Would I Lie to You reference, but go on.
And there are a number of what looks like just basic herbs as well. In kind of one of the front cabinets, there seems to be a couple of potions sitting in a shelf behind the counter. You can't tell what they are at this distance, but there is one that has a red colour and one that has kind of a lighter blue colour, and you can't exactly tell what they are. And beyond that, you can't make out what's behind the counter, and on the wall that's closest to you, you can't see anything, so you'd have to go in to get much more of a look.
proud of you.
I'm proud of you.
Me too.
I'm not. So are you gonna wait for? You're just gonna wait outside for the?
Yeah.
Yeah,
General store
I'm
open?
gonna
at a non-threatening distance.
Okay. Just kind of sit around
yeah,
at some
I'm gonna
benches.
like
I'm
ask.
gonna wave and smile at him, like the owner.
Yeah.
Okay. He waves and smiles back. He doesn't
Yeah.
come over to the door, but he does wave and smile back and kind of gestures like,
Yeah.
"We'll be open soon." But, yeah.
So, yeah, so Silkus, you know about like Umbral tech and stuff, right?
Moderately,
Like,
yes.
do you know like what the deal with these like Umbral storage things are? Like, are they like fragile? Do they contain like all the magical energy of like 10 spells in them, or?
I don't know too much about them, but I know that some people use them to go on adventures of some sort. Honestly, the thought hadn't even occurred to me prior to Fenrir bringing it up. But
Okay.
yeah, no, they have been used by adventurers, and I think even occasionally some of the expeditionaries for the unexplored areas, the uncharted regions. That's about all I know. I don't really know how they work, unfortunately. It wasn't part of the things that we covered.
Alright. Well, fair enough. Thanks for giving it a go.
No worries at all. So, the rest of you kind of all... Yes. Yes.
Do you recognize anything on this sheet of paper?
What's his history? Not great, I know that.
Thanks for letting me borrow the ink, by the way.
Oh, what if I bought you a camel?
Did you say camel or camera?
What's a camel?
Silkus looks at that and he... I don't recognize the person. What is this? And he kind of takes it from you and looks. Where did you see this? And points to the badge. Oh, well, that is the crest of the Volkamaya military.
Okay, can you say that again, but slower? Like someone's got to take notes, because I'm mentally taking notes?
The Volkamaya military, so it's VOLK.
Yep.
MIRE.
Wow.
Volkamaya military.
Cool. Thank you very much, Silkus. I might just take that back from you.
He hands it back. So, as you sit and wait for the general store to open, it's probably only going to be another 10-15 minutes, we are going to take a break.
Okay.
Right here. So, we'll be back in about 10 or 15 minutes, funnily enough. So when the general store opens, we'll be back.
We're playing in real time today, guys.
Yes, we are.
Gotta give him some extra time to write up some more shop inventories.
Exactly.
And invent a shopkeeper.
You are the worst. Hey, I've got the shopkeeper already. That's fine. You guys are the worst. I hate you all.
His name is Gerald Arnoldgulson.
What? Take this opportunity to go to the toilet, get some food, whatever you might need to do. We'll see you shortly. Yeah. I honestly don't know how to continue from there. It's just really not easy to do.
I guess you could open the store.
I could buy you a weapon that's not really a weapon. How can you, like, be angry about a whip?
I am all about riding an elephant into battle.
You're going to become the fifth horseman, except it's an elephant, and you're a wizard, and you're casting control weather.
I will be the rider of what? What? Oh. Hi everyone.
You're the fifth horseman of the apocalypse. Welcome back, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
Hi, Dr. Nick. We are back, fortunately. And you all are sitting on a bench outside of the general store, the one that you've been directed to by a random person on the street in Yoln's merchant district. What would you like to do? It is, you see as the owner comes out and opens up, and he sees you all, gives you a smile, and heads back inside, leaving the door open for you.
I would like to go inside.
As would I.
Yeah, I'll follow on inside. Yeah.
So, as you walk in, you look around and you see on the wall closest, you can see or the one that you couldn't see because it was the window walls, the same walls, the window and the door. You see a number of what looks like climbing equipment hanging around. There are some pittons, there are kind of ice picks and stone picks, and there are backpacks and even harnesses of sorts all over that wall. And as you walk in, the owner is standing behind the counter and beckons you over and says, "Hail! How are you all this fine morning?"
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Good to hear. What are you looking for today?
I am looking for a town map.
A town map, you say?
Yes.
That I can do for you quite easily. And he just reaches under the counter, pulls out a rolled and tied piece of parchment, and says, "Well, and that's only 3 silver. If you'd like to purchase that, is there anything else?"
Yeah. How much will getting certain things marked on that map cost us?
Nothing at all. What are you looking for?
Awesome. We are looking for a herbalist.
Sure.
And potentially a library.
Okay.
Or somewhere to study.
How?
I found a few locations for study near you.
No, Google.
What? Google? Why? Okay.
Fun
I
fact,
think it was-
it responds to my voice.
Better than
I think it was somehow like library. I think that's what it got off.
Oh God, I don't know. Anyway.
We like somewhere find information?
Okay, absolutely. He
We
takes the
also-
tie off the scroll.
I
Yeah.
put down 3 silver.
We
before
also
he marks it.
want a location where to buy those cartable Umbral containers.
Oh,
yeah.
yes. I can help you with that, although I won't necessarily need to mark that one on the map. And he rolls it out on the counter in front of you, and you can see it's a pretty simple map. It's just listing essentially the districts, and you can see them. You can see them labeled there. The ones you notice immediately are the. You've got the outer kind of ring. I'm in the wrong friggin' document. Hold on. The outer ring you notice is called the girdle. Then you've got the very inner circle is labeled the axle, and around that you see something called the kluft. The other ones you can see they all have little tags next to them, like the girdle says residential. The axle says government. The kluft doesn't have a label, and then a couple others with the merchant and artisan tags on them. And they just go progressively inwards. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total rings in Yoln. And he pulls it out, lays it out, grabs a quill from the side of his counter, and he kind of points to a couple spots, marks them, one as the herbalist, one as essentially the library, which he points out isn't actually a library, but you'll be able to find books there and a place to sit and study quietly if that's what you're looking for.
Awesome.
And then he points to the back where you came from. There is the harbours, and he points to above those in the girdle. There is a region on the map that's actually divided from the rest of the housing that's marked there, and he points to that and says, "You'll want to head there if you're looking for the whatever they're called. I believe some people refer to them as batteries, but if that's what you're looking for, that's where they trade them from. So if you head over there."
Okay. What's that
Thank
area
you.
called?
Oh, it's just part of the girdle. You'll know it when you see it. It's got the cranes.
Awesome.
Was there anything else?
Yes.
Yes, my lady.
I'm going to look at John and then lean into whisper.
Okay. He leans over the counter.
It's my friend's birthday.
Oh.
So I'm trying to be sneaky about it here. But I would like to buy him a backpack. He seems to have lost his, and a bedroll, please.
Oh, that is not a problem at all. Both of those are on that back wall there if you'd like to grab
Yes,
them.
but I don't want to grab them until he's
Oh.
already out of the store.
Okay. We can sort that out. You'll be looking for the bedroll, a GP. For the backpack, well, if I could find it.
It's over there.
2 gold.
On the
So a
back
total
wall.
of 3 gold for both of those.
I couldn't talk you down just a little.
You could certainly try.
Pretty please?
It is his birthday. Tell you what, I'll give him both for 2 gold and 3 silver.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Now, if you want to get out of my shop, he hands you the map and ties it back up.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure doing business with you.
You do you lead John out?
Yep.
Yeah, like
And,
I won't. Yeah, I'll follow.
Let's walk this way.
Silkus
Not being
goes with.
subtle at all.
So the 3 of you walk out. Sari and Sulfur stay behind. John, roll an insight check for me.
That is, I forgot what my insight skill was. I don't think it's great. And that's a 13.
13 on a natural 14.
Yes.
You have you have a vague idea of what she's doing. But sorry, you stay behind. And
every time he goes to look back, I'm just casting Impresto to make a shower of sparks in front of his eyes. Just far enough away so it doesn't hit you, but it's like, what the hell?
You can't see through it.
Yeah.
What is this mystery?
Sariel, you hand over the money,
Sparklers.
the two gold, 3 silver. And he grabs the backpack and bedroll down for you. He inserts the bedroll through the loops in the back of the backpack so that they're all nicely put together. Takes out some of the stuffing that was there in the backpack just for display purposes and hands it to you and says, "It was good doing business with you, young lady.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Come back at any time.
We probably will.
And happy birthday to your friend."
I will tell him that. Thank you. And I will, like, kind of, like, hide it in my cloak. Not very well.
Very
Like,
well.
it's going to be sticking out. Like, you know.
So as Sariel walks out, you and Silkus notice immediately that she's got this huge bulging thing here, and part of the bedroll is sticking out. Some of the straps of the backpack are dangling out.
That's good enough.
John, you're wondering what they're looking at, and you keep trying to turn around, but Archibald keeps sparking you in the face.
All right, fine.
Eventually I'll stop.
Sariel, roll. Are you gonna try and sneak up to him with it, or roll a stealth
Yeah.
check for me?
14.
14. Okay. What's your passive perception? Actually, you are looking for this. What's your roll a perception check?
Please roll shit.
9.
9. He
Yes!
doesn't seem to see you as you sneak up on him. And
Okay, so I'm going to come up behind him and, like, you know how when you're a kid and your parents, like, manhandle you into jumpers?
That'll go
Go
down
on.
well with a barbarian.
You go up behind them and you, like, shove their arms in sleeves. I'm going to do that with the backpack. Like, I'm going to go up behind him and put the sleeves on his arms and, like, pull it onto his back as
John, your
fast as I can.
arms are suddenly wrenched backwards as Sariel comes up behind you and slips a backpack onto your arms. And you look at it, and it's a nice new backpack.
I'm just like,
And there's a bedroll.
And a bedroll.
oh,
Happy birthday.
oh, thank you, Sariel. Thank you. That's
You're welcome.
really nice of you.
The
And you don't have
greatest
to
thing
sleep
that
on
you
the floor.
notice immediately is that this backpack is short enough that with your belt pouches, it doesn't interfere, and so they sit nicely on top of the belt pouches. So it works out well for you.
Yay.
Excellent.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, with that, are you heading off to the herbalist now?
We have directions, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say, for the sake of brevity, what are you looking for?
I just want to buy
Replace your
another, maybe 2 sets of clean bandages and see if I can get another herbal poultice for pain and discomfort.
Okay. I will say you find both, and I will run you about 7 silver.
Cool, thank you.
Now, what was you want the library as well? So you know where that? Well, you.
Yeah.
I hate it.
You. Who? What? Who wants
Well,
it?
I think you mentioned it like right at the start of the campaign or something along those lines. Right at the start of the session.
Not
I mentioned it
Yeah.
because we were talking about finding the writer guy for him.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess we'll go find information on Abram Zach.
Okay.
Well, he will. I'll look for something else.
Oh, okay.
All right, fine. Shafting me on your own pet project.
Whoever
It's
is
a bit of both.
whoever's looking for what
I'll
for something
look
specific.
for both, I guess. I'll look
Both.
for Abram Zach and
Volkmar military.
Volkmar military. I wrote it down somewhere. It was
Okay.
back on this other page, yeah.
I'll look for some Abram Zach stuff, I guess. Or
you.
if he's doing it,
Investigation?
Yeah,
For Abram Zach?
both. We'll start with Ibramzak.
12.
Okay, so you find a number of Ibramzak's books.
Yep.
For
Any
the
of them
most
have
part,
about the author sections?
You flip through them. Doesn't seem to be customary here. You head over to the non-fiction section, which is quite small. This is not a large building.
Yep.
And you don't find anything on Ibramzak. You find a number of things on, theoretical Umbral magic, a whole lot of useless shit that you are aware of, and you don't find anything on Ibramzak as a person.
Yeah.
But you do find a number of his actual works,
So
which are just stories.
Find stuff about him as a concept.
Does he find anything which indicates how long ago the stories were written?
The books themselves seem relatively newly printed, but you don't know if that's because they're copies of a popular children's author or if it's because he's still writing. But no, you don't find any information on that. Roll for Volcano Military.
Natural 20. 19.
Better. You rifling through all the books, you spend quite a while going through each and looking for something that might suggest. You find a few mentions of Volcamire itself, which is located on the continent of Nisbile, which is well mapped. Hold on. The smallest continent, that one down there. So Volcamire is on Nisbile there, and but you don't find any direct mention or discussion about the military.
Okay. No, I got it.
Do you want? Yeah. Awesome. I'll put that wherever you want to put that.
Capital city of
Goodbye.
Nisbar?
It's not a capital city. Volcamire is a capital city, but it's not the capital city of Nisbile.
Right. Okay.
It's its own region. Opposite, and you now know this, having read this. Essentially, it's on the south side of Nisbile and is at odds with its other region on Nisbile, which is Isirith.
Right.
Which is, if you want me to spell that for you.
Yeah, I'm still misspelling.
That's all right. Whenever you get to it. So you do find out that the two regions are at odds. And
what's the other one?
Isirith. So ISIRITH.
Gotta stop putting in letters that I think go there because I'm invariably wrong.
Isirith. It's like Osiris, but with a TH and an I.
The Tasmania of Jennifer.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, the two regions are at war, and you do find that out through your readings.
Cool. As I'm leaving, I would like to just ask the librarian or whoever's around, just out of curiosity,
Oh yes.
how long ago was Ibramzak's writing?
Oh, Ibramzak was very popular and actively writing. Whew. Many a year ago. He's dead now.
Okay.
He's been dead for at least 100 years.
Wow. All right. And
Still popular to this day.
Yeah, I'm actually doing some research. I'm from Chimeria. I'm a student up there. I'm just doing some research on popular literature. And tell you what, the information is lacking when it comes to possibly one of the greatest authors that the realm's seen.
Oh, you're definitely right on that.
Do you know what race he was?
It was a halfling.
Halfling? Okay, I thought so. I'm pretty sure I learnt that earlier, and it just slipped my mind with all the other reading that I've been doing. But thank you for your help.
No worries. If you're looking for more information, everyone knows about the Crystal Athenium and Yoln. That's the best place to go if you can get there.
That's my next step.
Have fun getting in there, but
Well,
if you can, well.
I'll give it a go.
I'd be jealous.
Yes, well, I'll send you a
The
postcard.
what? Where?
The Crystal Athenium.
Crystal Athenian. I don't
Yep.
even want to risk spelling that.
Well, crystal is normal.
Guarantee you it's not how you think it is.
Kristel,
Not quite.
as you normally spell crystal.
Crystal, crystal.
Go on.
Athenium, which is ATH. E. Oh.
Nium.
It's a hard word.
Okay, because so
Yeah.
far I've spelt it right.
ATHEN AEUM. It's a real word, okay? It's not one that I made up.
All words are made up.
I didn't make it up.
Okay, so I spelled the last part wrong, but I got the first part right.
That's
And
fine. As long as you know what it is.
It's fine. The
For
last
some
part's
reason,
stupid.
oh, it's in unison. Never mind.
Yeah, Usen.
I've just decided I'm gonna spell words how I want to spell them, and it's up to him to fix them in my notes later.
It's fine.
We'll fix it in post.
Yep.
And by we mean Oscar.
Yeah, I'll fix it.
And by Oscar, you mean Anna.
Anna, yeah.
Yes.
That's why I write in pencil, people. Be considerate to your editors.
You writing pencil, people?
Yeah, I write in pencil, people. This one screams every time I touch pen and paper, but I'm a sadist.
Okay. So, is there anything else you'd like to look for there, or
My cutscene's over. Go to someone else.
anything that you like to look for there, or anyone else?
I'm done for there. Just
Okay.
interested in batteries now.
Yes.
So, with
That I'm not paying for.
you head back out towards the main thoroughfare coming down from where you originally entered Yoln, and you head back up into the residential districts of the Girdle. You make your way around around the perimeter there, and you do see, not too far from where you entered initially, right above the harbour, which is where you viewed them while you're outside Yoln, a number of cranes, basically marking the point where the general store owner had pointed you to. So you make your way over there, and you can see there is a bit of a divide where there is a large area with no buildings around it. But there are a number, you can see a huge amount of crates and storage things all over the place. You can see workers moving in and out of warehouses. These are large buildings, still all made of stone, with the sloped tiled roofs. And you see a lot of workers moving in and out, moving down through a thoroughfare that's going out towards the centre of Yoln, and bringing back and forth carts of crates and all kinds of stuff. You can see a couple crates lying open with padding of kind of hay in them, hay and straw, and the goods that you see in this is typical goods. A lot of stone seems to be going in. As you see, some crates get brought in, they get pulled open, and you see the stone in them before they are essentially put back together. It's basically a customs depot that right here, and the cranes themselves are pulling up large, essentially platforms suspended by these huge tarred ropes that are pulling up large amounts of crates as well. With a number of workers on them cranking the cogs that are actually the police that are bringing them up. And as you approach, are you going anywhere in particular, or
Looking for a place which appears to be selling things which I might guess are batteries, seeing as I don't know what they look like.
There is what looks to be kind of like an office space
Yeah.
or a reception area where you might assume you'd be able to talk to someone. And you head in there. You're all going together?
Yeah.
Okay. So you head in there, and you do see sitting. It's just a small space. You see sitting at a desk, kind of writing on some documents. Some person who seems to be administrating. There are a couple people who move in and out, workers, but for the most part, they don't really interact. And as you enter, she kind of looks up and, hello, what would you like?
Yeah, we're after some batteries. We hear we could find some around here.
Indeed. You'll be wanting to speak to Lucas for that. He'd be your best bet. He's the one who manages the import and export and also manages the manufacturing of them. So
Perfect.
he's just around over in that warehouse over there and points specifically to another building that you can see just outside.
Do I hear any explosions coming from that building?
No. It
Okay.
seems, besides the bustle of the workers and the hammering and the timber and metal sounds of these crates being opened and stuff, you don't hear any disturbing noises.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, thank you for your help. Well, head over towards the warehouse.
Okay, you do so, and as you walk in, you kind of you walk up and you kind of get in the way of a couple workers carrying a crate, and they give you a bit of a side eye and grumble about you as they move past, and you kind of duck out of the way. But as you stand there at the entrance to the warehouse, looking in, you can see there looks to be some sort of foreman up at the top who's basically overseeing everything. He's shouting down to some of the workers and talking to people next to him on the catwalk, and seems to be a figure of authority.
Yeah.
You make this out to probably be Lucas.
Yeah.
So you can see stairs leading up to him. You go up there and approach him. He kind of looks over and says, I'm a bit busy, but what would you like?
Is this the place to get a hold of some batteries?
Yes, I mean, what type are you looking for? What do you need them for?
Umbral.
Yeah,
We're going into a low umbral space.
Oh yeah, do you need them to be long life? Do you need them to be for spell casting? Do you need them to be particularly hardy? Are you going to be getting hit? Do you need them spell casting?
Long life, spell casting, and hardy.
Well, how long life is long life? We probably won't need them for more than a week or so, so it depends, I guess.
Well,
what the standard is.
if you're doing any kind of spell casting, I'm not going to be able to give you anything lasting more than a day, but they can be activated at any time, so...
I see.
Okay. Alright. And how fragile are they?
Oh, we can give them pretty hardy shells if you are looking for that in particular.
It's probably a good idea.
What happens if they break?
Oh, just a small release of Umber. It's nothing that will hurt anybody.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. Thank
How
you.
much are they?
Well, you're looking... How many you do want? It'll be... If you're looking at a day of casting spells, it'll be one per person. So are you looking for 4?
I won't be needing one.
Sariel?
Yeah, I would probably need one.
Alright.
That
3.
sells, yeah.
3. Okay.
But we want more than one day, do we know?
Well, we're only really planning on one day of action. I suppose
Planning.
that's a good point. We should probably get more. Depending on.
Point of order, you do know that you still need Umbral access for some of your abilities.
Okay.
So pretty much everyone here needs Umbral access for some of their abilities. So you do know that. You probably get away with a long life on yours. And roll a history check, Sariel.
Yeah.
12?
12. You also remember that Fenrir is coming with you. Yeah, I wasn't going to let you get all the way up without remembering that.
We will need one extra for our other party member.
Okay, so you're looking at
actually-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I'll get a long life. Yeah.
And long life for you. So four spellcasters.
Yep.
And a longer life. Okay.
I think we should plan on having at least 2 days worth of spellcast.
So double that amount?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we're planning on one day, but our luck isn't exactly proven true.
No, that's no issue at all. Okay, so Four spellcasters times 2, that's 8 spellcasters, plus 2 long lives, that's a total of 10. You're looking somewhere in the realm of 3,000 gold.
Yeah, we're gonna have to come back, I guess. Thanks for the help.
What are you using them for?
We're going to go kill a horseman.
Seems oddly specific.
This one
Is a disease.
been rampaging across the continent for quite a while now.
Why, if I may ask?
Why
won't
we're
you kill
killing him, or
so he
why
stops
he's been
hurting people?
rampaging?
In that case, I'm not going to just give them to you, but what I can do is sometimes the Mestrial, you're obviously not from here, our essentially ruler, or our prime minister as it were, will grant writs for things like this. If you do something for Yoln, we may provide something in return. I'd recommend going to the Mestrial. She'll be able to help you out there and potentially provide me with the funds necessary to give the batteries to you.
Okay.
Alright. So it was 10 batteries came out to 3,000.
3,000,
Alright,
yeah.
cool.
So 300 each.
Okay, I guess we will go visit.
Okay.
What's her name?
At this rate, I'd be happy going
Mestrial.
on low power and riding an
it's
elephant.
MESTREJARL.
Someone's been playing Skyrim.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like a mixture between, like, you know, Maester from like Game of Thrones and the Jarl Skyrim.
Jarl isn't just from Skyrim, but yes.
I don't know why, but I just
Popular
wrote Maestro
culture.
Jarl was the leader of time, and that's all sorts of wrong.
Oh god.
I meant to write Yoln.
Yoln, yeah. Yes, so he recommends that you go
Alright.
to the Mestrial.
Are you able to mark on our sheet where we'd find her? Oh,
Don't
no,
need
map.
to do that.
Oh,
Right there, and points to the very centre
okay.
of Yoln on the inner district. You'll know it when you see it.
Cool.
I'll just like look at Silius and just like, I'm assuming that's more cash than you can dig up on the spot.
Oh, definitely. I'm not quite that. I mean, I could go home, but that's not really an option at this point. And
Yeah.
kind of has an awkward smile on his face.
He spent all his gold last night, didn't he?
All of it.
That's what Glenn's thinking.
All gone.
Just like
Spent
brought 10,000. This should be enough. Spent it all last night.
thousands of gold on drinks.
The dude probably just won big in the game you were playing last night.
He got so drunk that he went backwards to being not drunk.
I think for Josh's involvement's sake, somebody should text him and ask if he wants to get John a birthday present.
I'll wreck on that if necessary. That's all right.
Okay.
So, you all begin at Lucas's recommendation as he goes back to shouting at his workers and overseeing the operation that's going on. You make your way out of the warehouse and down towards the central district. You move through the residential part that you're just next to, back into the merchant district. And then further down, you go through the artisanal district where you can see more of the finer, not even storefronts, but these seem to be the workers, the craftsmen who are working to supply the city itself with high quality goods. You see a couple of what you can only assume are these Umbral batteries being created. And you see all kinds of, you see bowyers, you see blacksmiths working on weapons and tools, moving through the artisanal district. Then you come across, at the edge of this district, you make your way through a couple of the final buildings before there is a big open space, and as you walk out, there's a large area around the central part of the artisanal district here that's just open. And as you walk across it, you understand why. You get near the edge, and there is a fence, and you look over the fence, and maybe thousands of feet down is just a straight drop all the way around. And there are bridges, a number of bridges going over. And there are people going over the bridges. They're moving quite frequently over the bridges. But this chasm that separates the artisanal district from the central... It's basically a mountain right in the center of its own.
Archibald gets a bad feeling and looks around for a giant angel from Dark Souls.
This is a donut shame, but this isn't quite a straight pit. But the drop is many thousands of feet.
You said this city was at sea level, right?
It's not at sea level. You are in the mountains. You're at the top of a mountain, like the mountains.
Okay, then I misheard you last week.
Yeah, so this is like the two mountain ranges come together, and right where they come together, on top of the mountains, is Yoln.
Okay.
So
We walked up a huge staircase.
Yeah, I was surprised by how low we were, but I didn't really comment on it. I was like, wow, we descended really quickly. We're only 10 meters above sea level.
Yeah, not quite. Yeah, and you look and you see, and this is what's marked on the map as the Kluft.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Not too far from you, there is a bridge leading over. You make your way over to that.
Hold on. Oh, the donut is marked as the Kluft. Okay.
Yes, the hole straight down, the chasm straight down. And
I
the center rises up another huge column,
and
which
that's
is
the axle.
that's the axle.
I guess that explains why there weren't any things marked on the map for the Kluft.
Yeah. All right. Let's make our way downtown.
Walking
Okay.
fast.
So the bridges themselves, because you're actually still at a higher altitude than where the axle is located, you see the bridges, they come out as straight and then they dip down.
Oh, I hate that.
There are stairs on them.
That's both Glenn and Archibald.
Yeah, I know you do. And you make your way over to one of these bridges, and it's very sturdily constructed. People are moving back and forth constantly over this bridge.
Yeah.
And you step out.
Yeah.
Okay. So you all step onto the bridge and start moving forward. Walking down, it's got a roof over it, this bridge. And a couple of you braver ones take a look out the side as you go, and you can just see this chasm just goes so far down you can't see the bottom.
Yeah.
And it is complete darkness because the sun is currently not directly over top of you. As you move further in, you hit solid ground at the top, at the axle. You can see a lot of this here is actually grass, and it's probably based on, I'll just say based on what you can guess, this is probably artificially brought here.
Yeah.
Not naturally occurring.
Astroturf.
It's, this looks like it's being the soil and the grass is being transported up here and placed intentionally. And you do see as you emerge from the bridge, the only timber building you've seen in Yoln so far. It's a large, long hall style building with a couple of extensions on the sides and a main double door entrance facing just off to your left. It seems you've come at it from a different direction than the main thoroughfare itself. And it's the only building in the axle. The axle itself is a couple 100 feet wide in diameter. Mostly trees and grass and just kind of walking area. Around it there are fences all the way around as well, so you are relatively safe near the edges, but still a little bit scary going near them. You walk over and you see in front of you, as you look through, there is a main chamber inside of this long hall building. It looks like it's got a number of tables and seats all the way up in lines, and then at the front there seems to be a raised dais and a lectern, and then a desk off to one side, and you can see someone. It's a very large desk. You can see someone sitting behind the desk with their head down currently. So you enter the building, and there are a number of people in here. A lot of people at the desks with paperwork. Well, the benches, they're just long benches with the same style of seating, essentially like cafeteria style of seating almost. And they're just sitting there, some people with paperwork doing things, some people are eating here. It seems to be a pretty communal area, this spot. And as you move in, a couple people give you kind of curious glances, but no one seems to pay too much attention to you. Where are you going?
They're used to wolves in here, it's fine. Well, I guess, like,
Let's go up to
reception.
Okay.
lady at the desk,
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay, so as you approach the desk, you can see it has a number of figurines on it, and it's surrounded by what look to be rather ornate pieces. The desk itself is very, very nice timber, carved with all these intricate designs all along it. Solid chunk of wood that's being very nicely carved.
I'm going to commit those designs to memory.
Okay.
I want to, like, remember all of those.
Okay. They seem to be, to describe it to you, I would say they're Viking in nature, essentially.
Sick cricket. She's a Viking.
And you, as you come up to the desk, the woman sitting behind it looks up and says, "Hello,
Hello.
you're new here.
We are.
What would you like?"
A fairly big favour.
I don't just grant favours to anybody.
Yes, well, we've been told that you are able to offer writs on the portable Umbral batteries.
Well, we
For
can
a
do
good
that,
cause.
but not for nothing. If you are looking to prove yourself and gain my support, I might be able to write you a writ and get something done for you, but you'll need to solve a problem for Yoln first.
What's Yoln's problem?
Oh, she kind of ruffles through some papers, pulls one out. I think that'll do. We've had a bit of a disruption. It's not too much of a problem yet, but I think it's certainly something that could test your mettle. If you do this for us, it would certainly help greatly. We have an orc problem. To the south, there is a route that leads out, and it's a decently used route. But recently, it seems some orcs have moved in nearby, established a settlement of some sort. My scouts have told me that they've got some foundations built, and they seem to be setting up permanently. But they're using this as a base to harass some of our traders, our travellers moving through that region. The route to get to them will be quite difficult. It's disused and not particularly useful to us, but the route that they've been harassing certainly is. If you clear them out or convince them to stop harassing us, whichever you prefer, I'm sure I could sort something out for you.
How far away are they?
Half a day's travel.
Do we have time for that?
We haven't exactly got a set precise.
It's that, or we need to try and find as much gold as was needed.
Yeah,
Which
that's
would
true.
take
I
longer.
couldn't remember if there was like a rendezvous time. All right.
Yeah.
I believe he was just going to wait for us.
Okay. All right. I could take on some orcs. What about you guys?
Do you know how large the settlement is? Are we talking?
My scouts have reported somewhere in the realm of 20 to 30.
Okay.
Oh.
Thank you.
Not all of them fighters.
Okay. Thank you.
Not all of them fighters. Are we talking women and children?
Yes.
I see.
It seems to be a permanent settlement where they have moved in for who knows what reason.
And what would your ideal outcome be here?
My
Just
traders don't get harassed.
don't harass the
However that
traders?
happens,
Okay.
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't necessarily promote violence. But
Um,
if it's necessary, then do what you need to do.
Okay.
I will send my scouts out to confirm it not long after you. You will not receive any reinforcements, but I will send some people out to confirm. And then when you get back, we can discuss.
Oh, all right. That
okay.
seems fair.
It does.
I will.
When you say harassing, are they just like robbing them blind?
Essentially, yes. They raid them, and it's only occasionally, but the more settled in they get, I'm sure the more that will pick up. They raid our caravans and occasionally rob individual travellers. They're a nuisance at the moment, but we don't want it to get any worse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do
Okay.
it.
Let's hopefully we can convince
We
them.
need.
Yeah.
We need. I would like. I trust you. I would just like it in writing that you will be able to provide us with 10 portable Umbral batteries.
She pulls out a piece of parchment from a pile of
When we
blank
do
ones.
this.
She quickly writes out like a basic contract, essentially saying that upon completion of this job, she will negotiate with you the terms of providing Umbral batteries. But to that effect, she signs off on it,
Legal mine.
hands it over to you.
Yeah. I'll sign it. I look at it. Yeah, there's nothing actual concrete written in it, so it's more to our benefit than hers.
All right. Let's go do this.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Just return here to the log room and we will discuss.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go.
Okay. So you head on back out.
There's a lot of walking in this town.
There is.
I'm glad I brought this. I have this walking stick.
Yes.
It's really saving my knees here.
Very fortunate. You and Sulcus walking together with your canes.
I think Silkus is like the, and I'm like the.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like my old knees don't like going downhill.
Exactly. Well, now you're about to go
Fighting
back uphill.
orcs, my knees are fine with, but walking down hills.
Can't do it.
Who are you, Yoda?
So she did point you towards the direction, and you head out. This is opposite where you came in. So you came in from the north. Now you're heading back out to the south. You head out that way, and you quickly consult a guard at one point just to ask where exactly the route to this place is.
Yeah.
They point you out to where it is and say you'll be crossing that bridge just around that bend, and you head up and you leave the residential districts of Yoln. You dip down behind that kind of crest that goes most of the way around, and Yoln itself goes out of sight. But as you start to move further into the mountains, you round a corner, and the bridge that the guard described to you is ahead of you. It is a long bridge, quite long, and it's a rope bridge spanning a pretty significant drop. But you've been pointed out that this is your path to take to get to the orcs.
Awesome. I guess we'll go across this.
I'm just gonna have a look and see if I can spot any like sentries on the other side of any kind, just like
Make a perception
peeking
check.
over the hill or something?
Please tell me I had the foresight to think of this.
8.
8. You looking over, doesn't seem to be any movement on the other side. You don't
Yep.
see any people
I
over
want
there.
to look for fraying rope.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Because
Sarah.
you use the magic spellbook.
11.
11. As you inspect the bridge, you don't see any frayed ropes per se, but you do notice the construction isn't particularly great. You kind of look at this and you estimate you probably wouldn't want to send more than one person across on this bridge at a time.
Perfect.
It's about 60 feet long.
I will go first.
Okay.
I will take the ring to Mordor.
You and Self are gonna go separately?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to hold too much weight.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Sariel, you go to step out onto the bridge. I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Hate you. 10.
10. So, as you step out onto the bridge and it suddenly rocks and sways under your weight, you barely even moved, but this bridge is very rickety. You kind of put your weight on it and you have a moment of just sheer terror. You kind of pull yourself together, but you are shaking. And I would now like you to make an acrobatics check, please.
I hate you.
With disadvantage.
No. Six.
6. Okay.
It would have been a dirty 20.
So you start to make your way across, and this terror that is clutching your mind is just you refuse to look down, and you're going slowly, holding onto the ropes.
Let
stepping on
me
each
guess. My
plank,
foot goes through a rotten.
stepping on
board.
each plank one at a time. You notice a couple times there is a plank missing. You step over those with great care. You make your way across. It takes you a decent amount of time. You go quite slowly, but you do make your way to the other side without falling and without too much more of an issue. You're now on solid ground.
Can you do me a favour?
Mm.
Check Silkus's spellbook for feather falling, if he's written it in there.
He's said that he has it
It
before.
does
okay.
have it.
Yeah.
I will be nice and say that he's prepared it.
Alright, cool. Yeah. Just wanted to make sure
Yeah.
that was known.
He does. I know that he. Yeah, I know that he
Yeah.
has it.
I'll whistle and get Salford across.
Okay, so Sulfur goes next. Make a wisdom saving throw for Sulfur, please.
Yeah, that's pretty good actually.
I hate you right now.
17.
17. So Sulfur, being maybe understanding the fear factor less than the rest of you, or maybe just being more experienced as an animal, doesn't seem to be gripped by the same terror that you were, and she starts trotting onto the bridge. She's being careful about it, but she goes. Make an athletics or acrobatics check, whichever you prefer, for Sulfur. Straight one.
11.
11. Sulfur goes a bit quicker than you. She cuts some time down as she kind of trots across, hopping nimbly over those spots where the planks of wood are missing on the bridge, and she eventually does reach you. Who is going next?
I'll head across next, just in case there's people showing up on the other side.
Okay. John.
With that in mind, I'm going to have my bow drawn, just in case.
Okay. So you knock an arrow and you get ready. John, make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Oh boy.
Good luck.
13.
13. So you step out, and for the briefest of a moment, you're like, yes, I can do this, this is fine. And then you catch a glance of the chasm below you, and you are gripped with the same terror that Sariel experienced. It is absolutely horrifying standing on
Do
this
this,
bridge
John.
and especially with under your weight, Sariel's a little bit leaner and lighter than you. Under your weight, it's rocking even more, and you are now shaking and having trouble. But you start to make your way across, making an athletics or acrobatics check with disadvantage.
Wow.
15.
That's
15.
genuinely incredible.
It was 2 10s.
15. Despite the fear, in fact, maybe because of the fear, you
like-
actually make it across the bridge pretty quickly. You, having noticed Sariel and Sulfur go across and noticed that there was some planks missing, you keep those in mind as you kind of nimbly jog across the bridge, holding onto those ropes, shaking with terror, but you do make it across fairly quickly.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, John.
Who's going next?
Thanks.
Silkus or
Such a great present.
Archibald will go next, and he's watched you guys. He's just going to, as he's walking out, he's going to place one hand on the rope on this side and cast Mending on it. And then he's going to cast Mending on the other rope going on the other side.
Okay.
And the rope down, and the rope's holding the slats.
Okay.
And as he's walking, I'd like him to be casting Mending on every single one of these planks.
Okay. So, make a wisdom saving throw for me, please, Archibald.
Natural 20. Natural 16. That's not bad. What? I've never had to make one of these before, so... Holy shit. 19.
19. You step out, and maybe it's the mending. Maybe you're giving yourself a false sense of security, but you mend these ropes, and you refuse to look down, and you manage. Now, make an athletics or acrobatics check for me, straight roll.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
That's alright. I'm not moving particularly fast. I'm more focused on bridge maintenance.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're going to have to spend like at least 5 minutes to repair like 50 slats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Am I?
Well, it's an action, right?
It is. So let's get. Oh shit! No, it's casting. Never mind. I will do it on the ropes and a couple of the slats as I'm walking along.
Okay. Okay.
Why,
I'll
does it
try
take a
and
minute?
time it.
It's a... what is it? What's the casting time?
It's apparently a minute. That sucks.
What the fuck? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't take you quite that long to get across, but
Just
you
imagining
do
you like taking almost
make
an
a way
hour to
across,
get across.
so Sariel and John, you're watching as Archibald steps out onto the bridge, and you notice him cast Mending the first time,
Yeah.
cast Mending the second time. And as you're kind of watching him do the motions, get those couple minutes to just do those first 2 mendings, you hear immediately from behind you, in the direction that you're going, this, "You pay toll now," and then another voice, "What are you doing? Don't toll.
It's not another Eton.
They're good pickings." And then you turn around and you see another Eton coming out from
I'm
behind,
gonna shoot it in the
the,
face. I have my bow ready.
from around the corner. You
don't
do
wanna
have
be
your
on
bow
the
ready. I'll
bridge
give you
during
that.
combat.
Make an attack roll. And now I'd like everybody to roll initiative, please.
Awesome. I'm good at
Yeah.
that.
26.
26 hits. Roll your damage.
That's an impressive hit, by the way.
9.
26. That's
Yeah.
like super hits.
Yeah. 9 damage?
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. Cool. I'm all about that initiative. I love almost going second.
Alright, I need to roll initiative.
Okay.
I'm liking these dice. The dice I bought specifically for Sariel. I just
Yeah.
rolled 2 19s.
So, 25 to 20. Can you roll for Silkus as well?
Oh.
Where's my initiative on this thing?
In
Up
the circle on the upper right.
22.
22.
I don't like
With me.
Silkus. He got a better initiative than me.
His modifier is 0.
It's based on
so
dex, right?
he's got no modifier. It is based on dex, yes.
What would I have got an invoke roll
Okay.
for that? Okay, that's worse.
20 to 15.
Silkus got 15.
18.
18. 15 to 10.
11.
11.
Silkus cast Featherfall on himself.
Yes. And then the Etten got 6. So
And Sulfur got 7.
Sulfur got 7. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, with that, Sariel, it is your turn. As the Etten comes around the corner, it is only 30 feet away from you, bearing
I
down
shot
on
it.
you with its 2
That
hits.
was free, right?
That was a free act. That was a reaction.
Righty-ho. Hunter's Mark.
Okay. Hunter's marked. It is noted.
I'm very proud of you.
What, for remembering it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never did as a ranger. That was thematic.
Extra die. Come on.
There it is.
Young Brick just knows how to shoot.
That's totally not gonna hit.
Oh no.
13?
Hits.
Hey.
Oh,
Are you serious?
Yeah, 'cause it's not exactly got a high armor class. It's a big lumbering fat ball of meat.
13 damage.
13 damage. Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn? You are up again. You're 5 feet away from the bridge and John. You're both right next to the platform where you've stepped off. So you don't really have anywhere to go backwards. But if you'd like to move, you've got about 30 feet in front of you where before the end.
I want to move at least 15 feet.
How much damage did you do initially? 7?
Yes.
I think it was. Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. You're going to move where?
At least 15 feet forward.
Okay, so you move 15 feet forward. You're now 15 feet away from the Etten, but also 15 feet away from the ledge.
That was the plan.
And that is your turn.
Most force pushes are 10 feet, right?
Yeah.
I'd say yes.
That's fine.
You
John,
have to get pretty high level to get above that, probably.
it
Yeah.
is now
that's
your
fair.
turn.
Okay, so I am going to rage,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go. Sorry, Sariel, I'm not gonna have to use this for not its intended purpose, and I'm gonna charge
It's a
at the
pretty
Etten.
sturdy stick. Pretty sturdy stick.
Pretty sure
You're
he's
gonna
about
charge
to
it
hit
in.
it
Okay,
with
so
his
you make
backpack.
it the full 30 feet.
Yep,
You're going to attack?
I'm gonna attack.
Go for it. Roll your attack.
Kneecap it.
Smack it with the backpack.
Hit a cap it. That hits.
Yep, so that's like dirty 20, I think.
Yep.
So I am I think holding
Does
the
he
walking
get
stick
staff
almost
damage
next
for
to the
that?
bottom and just trying to smack it into the side of the Etten's knee.
Okay. Roll your damage.
Does he get staff damage for that?
No.
It is a
Damn.
staff.
Wow.
8 damage.
8 damage. Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do? I think that's your whole turn.
That's my whole turn.
Okay. Which brings us to Silkus's turn. I don't actually have his spell book. He hasn't written it down here either, which is a pain in the ass. He
Just
is
use
going
chromatic
to...
orb.
No,
I don't think he
that's
has
me.
it. Silkus is going to... Oh,
He
I can
uses
look
that
up.
frostbite spell.
Oh yeah, ice knife.
Ice Knife, that's what I was looking up. What's the range on that?
It's pretty good.
It's alright, Vithalon was on. Let me check that now. Ice Knife.
Yeah.
What? No, he doesn't. What the fuck?
Glenn
Oh,
doesn't
he
have
did,
it
yeah.
either. That's interesting. I don't
It's
know.
a Xanathar's spell.
That'd be one.
Yeah. Where are you, Ice Knife? Please show me your knife.
Gross.
I don't have a Xanathar, so I'm not
There it is.
useful right now.
It's a range of 60 feet, so he can't reach. Unfortunately. So
He can dash across the bridge.
If I could better stay off the bridge, I'm still on it.
Archibald's currently on the bridge.
But Archibald mended the bridge. It'll be fine.
Silkus is going to frustratedly stand there on the other side and wait for Archibald to get across because I don't think he has any spells that can reach that far that are useful. which brings us to Archibald. It's your turn.
Archibald wants to go as far as he can with his movement.
Yes. So you, what did you roll on your check?
Not great. 6.
Is 6. So you get about a quarter of the way across.
Alright, fine. So
with your movement, you get about a quarter of the way across the bridge. So you've got about 45 feet left to the end of the bridge, and then another 30 feet to the end.
Alright, cool.
So 75 feet.
It's going to, like, it's probably going to be giving me a shit-eating grin. Being like, ha, you're on the bridge, fucker. And I'm going to be like, ha, you're on fire. Casting Firebolt.
Okay.
Oh, Scorching Ray.
Scorching Ray. Okay, even better. Roll your attacks. 3 attacks, right?
Yep.
Just like right over my head and.
That was nice.
Natural 19. This one is my spell attack modifier plus this, so 14.
Okay, hits.
And this one is a 6.
It doesn't hit, unfortunately. So 2 of them hit. Roll your damage.
It's fine. 2d6.
As Sariel and John, Sariel, as you kind of step forward. Ooh, nice.
So that's 1 hit. 11.
Nice, so it's 11.
And 9, so 20 damage all up.
It's like Etton's famous for their velvetly soft and delicate skin.
Yes, exactly. As John, as you run up and slam the staff sideways into his knee, suddenly overhead you just feel this rays of burning heat as they go into the Etten from behind you. Sariel, you watch as these 2 rays just fly past your head and connect with the Etteners, and a third one just goes off into the distance, connects with some of the mountain and just scorches some of the rock. As Archibald casts this from his position on the bridge. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I'd like to reroll my acrobatics check to see if I can get across the bridge any faster next turn.
Sulfur.
I can't.
I fell over.
So,
I rolled badly on my acrobatics check just now.
how far would you say she is from the inn?
Well, she's still back where she dismounted, so she's about
She
30
has
feet
40
away.
feet of movement, so how far?
Yeah, she can make it. She's 30 feet away.
That was a good spell. I like Scorching Ray.
Good
She
spell.
is going to move 25 feet. Her bite has a reach of 5 feet. She's going to move 25 feet forward.
Right,
If
yeah,
he's 30
she'll
feet.
have to move 30 feet to reach it.
Damn it.
So,
5 feet reach is the normal amount of reach.
yeah.
How many feet would she have to be away from it to not let it target her without it moving?
You know, but it's not
It would-
particularly big. It has more reach than any of you, but it doesn't seem
I
like
just
it.
really don't want it to hit my baby.
It's fine. I just threw fire at its face, so it's probably focused on.
Okay, well, she's gonna
faces.
kind of like. She's gonna run up 30 feet, but she's gonna try to be kind of like in line with John,
Okay.
so that she has some measure of.
She's gonna go between his legs and bite it from under there.
Oh.
If his legs are open wide enough.
I mean, he's in fighting stance. Yeah, okay.
Okay,
I
so
I always attack Ethan
She
in
has-
cowboy pose.
Yeah.
she has an ally within 5 feet, right?
She does, yes.
Easily.
To pack tactics.
Is this combat encounter this combat encounter?
It is not.
Okay.
Also, they will have, if I actually manage to hit, they will have to roll a DC 11 strength save or be
Well.
knocked prone.
Roll the hit.
So, it's gonna hit. 21.
Yeah, that hits. So it's a DC 11 strength save. What am I rolling?
Yes.
Fail.
And they take 3 damage.
3 damage. Okay, so.
It's only a D4
Okay.
plus 2.
Sulfur runs up and so
Oh my god,
just
it's
like
2D4!
ducks between your legs, John, and
Yeah. Another
Another 4.
4.
It's 2D4. I only
Another
rolled
4.
1.
so that's
My bad.
That's all right.
I did that last time too.
There we go. Sulfur like runs between your legs and kind of surprises you for a moment and jumps at the Etten and collides with it. And it doesn't expect this. Kind of his leg comes out from underneath it and it does fall over. It made a save of 9. So
nice.
you have now knocked the Etten prone. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Oh no.
She's going to kind of like look up at John, kind of wanting praise for saving him.
She does so. You notice this. Which brings us to the Etten's turn.
I don't have time to give you scratches.
The Etten is going to use half of its movement to stand up. And then it is going to make one attack at you.
Yeah.
And angrily one attack at Sulfur for knocking it over. So...
I was gonna miss both of them.
That last one
You,
almost
Sulfur.
killed me.
Yep.
That last Eden.
So one is with
You're gonna miss.
the axe, and that was Sulfur. So John, that is a 26 to hit.
Misses.
Yeah, like
Sulfur,
my AC is
that
just
is
that
a
high.
natural 1 and an 8 to hit.
It doesn't hit.
So that John does what is that? That and that.
I'm just remembering how much that Eden fucked me up last time.
17 slashing damage against
Ooh.
you, John.
Okay.
This boy
So
hits
8.
hard.
And that is going to be its turn as the one of the heads turns to the other and says, "I told you we should have taken a toll." And then that is Sariel's turn. What would you like to do?
What was it using, by the way?
Shoot
Battle axe for you,
Okay.
and going at Sulfur with a large morning star, a large spiked mace.
Okay.
I'm going to move another 5 feet forward and then shoot it.
Okay, so you're now 10 feet from the Etten, 20 feet from the Lynch. Take your shot.
Do I have disadvantage being that close?
No. It's only when you're within 5 feet, I think.
So 17.
17 hits. Roll damage, including Hunter's Mark.
Yes.
I realise you've just inspired me
8.
to get teleportation spells.
8 damage?
8.
8 damage, okay. Fantastic. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. John, it's your turn. What
Okay.
would you like to do?
Knock this shit down.
I'm going to whip my outer jacket off, leap up, and try and make an improvised garrote around the Etten's left neck.
Okay. Okay, so you're trying... Okay, so make a contested...
strange.
contested athletics.
Oh right, I rolled a 2 for no reason.
Advantage on strength checks, seeing as how
Oh,
you are.
that's a good
raging.
point.
You're
I'm raging.
Yeah, I was going to say that's fine.
Yeah, I
gotcha.
forgot. So that's a 22.
Against an 11. So you do manage to grab... Which head are you going for? The toll head or the kill head?
I think the kill head.
Okay, so you go for that one.
Yeah.
This one in particular has... it's got a large blue stripe down its face and a scar across the side.
Yeah.
Freeze, mom.
And you kind of jump up on it and grab it, and it's part of its dreadlocks get in the way, and but you are now essentially garroting it with your jacket.
I don't know
That's
what
a
you're doing. I can
bonus
really
action for
find
you, isn't it?
that.
Grappling.
Yeah, if it's with an attack, so.
What do you mean?
In my head, this was an attack, and basically, if the attack hits, then I have the opportunity to grapple, is the thing.
Oh right,
Yeah.
okay. Well, the grapple itself is contested.
Yeah.
Do you want to attack now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Because usually, for you, Tavern Brawler, you get to
And
grapple
that's
after
not
an
great,
attack.
that's an 11.
Doesn't hit, unfortunately.
Okay.
So you grab the garrote and it's just struggling too much, and you're unable to get a hand on it to actually make an attack. And that's your turn.
Yep, that's my turn.
All right. It is now Silkus's turn. He's frustratingly waiting there. He is
Going as fast as I can, Selkus.
just trying to. He's just watching you, Archibald.
Why don't you have ranged spells?
Hoping that you don't fall, and if you do, he's going to try and get you with that feather fall.
I do appreciate the thought.
And that is his turn. Archibald, you make it another 15 feet, so you've got 30 feet left on the bridge, 60 feet total to the Etten. Is there anything you'd like to do from here?
Could you not dash and do another 15 feet?
Oh,
Unfortunately,
really
he
rather
cannot.
not, because if I dashed, I wouldn't be able to point at it and say, "You are getting weak," and I cast Ray of Enfeeblement on it.
Okay, that's a save.
No,
Or
it's
no, it's a roll to hit.
Yeah, roll to hit. Come on, natural 20. Uh-oh.
Oh no. Why does Ray of Enfeeblement never connect?
I don't like it. I
Never connects.
I just
What
that's
was
it.
that, an 8? 7?
Yeah. 8.
8. Yeah, it doesn't hit,
Like to
unfortunately.
retroactively dash.
You unfortunately cannot.
Can I persuade it that it's getting
certainly.
weak?
You can certainly try.
Hold on. Yep, that's a 4.
Yeah, that's a 10.
Damn. Oh, worth a shot.
Okay.
Guys, my turn was a bust. I moved 15 feet and then fell on my face trying to cast a spell. That's it. I'm just hitting guaranteed damage now.
Stricken with the terrors of looking into the abyss below you after you fell on your face.
I'm so used to looking into the abyss that is my mind that I think I just went back there.
Sulfur. Your turn. Now, go for it. Roll attack.
I'm so shook. I'm like this thing because I can't get close enough to cast Thunder Wave.
13.
13 hits.
I'm good.
Now, is this another save?
Yeah.
It is. DC 11.
I'm gonna
Yes.
ride this big boy down.
I just rolled the same number, so
Six.
you knock it over again. 6 damage? Okay.
I rolled 2 that time. Yeah.
Okay. It's on a nice amount of health. And you've knocked it prone once again. So now, John, as you see Sulfur continuing to attack it, it goes down again and kind of lands on you. You're a little bit pinned under it, but you still got it grappled.
Yeah.
Which is now going to be its turn again. Its speed is reduced to 0, which means it
Yep.
can't get up.
Yep.
So it's stuck. You have it pinned to the ground. You're kind of under its body. It is going to make 2 attacks against you.
Yep.
With severe disadvantage because it's prone on the ground and
Does
can't
prone-
get up.
I'm
prone does good.
prone too.
You're also prone.
Yeah.
So just
Yeah, but-
disadvantage.
If you're picturing it that he's behind, how were they? How?
Oh,
what are
it's
they?
trying.
They're more
It's just
likely
going,
to.
dish, dish.
I was gonna say they're more likely to hit themselves in the ear.
Oh.
yeah. Well, I tried. I genuinely tried to make him do half damage.
So, that's a natural 20 and a 17
Yep.
for 2 attacks.
Okay.
The
Time to
natural
max
20...
and double it.
The natural 20 is 21 damage
Okay.
as it swings its battle axe back. And,
That's actually pretty chill. I'm fine with
it's
that.
2d8 plus 5.
Okay.
Yep.
Is
And
it
the
you-
other one,
Oh.
as the morning star comes back from its right hand and connects with you, that's gonna be a 7. 7 more damage on top of that. And
Does
it
he get
is-
half because is he raging?
Yeah, it's all halved.
I'm still on more than half health.
Yeah, he's doing fine.
That's so
it's connected
Michael's
really well.
characters scare me.
Yeah, I know. You watch as this Etten just gets this really devastating blow on John, and he seems to shrug it off.
It just looks like he's a little bit more hungover.
Yeah, exactly.
Knocks the headache back into him.
It hits his flask.
And that's going to be its turn. Sariel, is now your turn.
Gonna shoot it
Go for it.
because I
Roll your
don't
attack.
really think there's anything else I can really do. Do I get advantage for it being prone?
You can get disadvantage with it for it being prone, unfortunately, because it's a ranged weapon.
Well, there's still 14 to hit.
That does hit. Roll your damage.
Stop. 9, 12.
12 damage, okay.
Yay, Hunter's Mark.
Woo!
There we go.
Did you roll 6 on both of them? Oh no, one's a D8, isn't it?
D8, I got a 6.
Okay,
3 with the D6, and then plus 3.
nice.
Okay, is that your turn?
What are the chances of me being able to bonus action throw a rope backwards towards Archibald for him to grab and then just like, yeah?
Pretty low, unfortunately.
Are you sure?
I am sure. If you like using bonus action to get the rope ready, I'm happy to let you do that.
No.
Okay.
Because then I'm holding a rope for my next turn,
Yeah.
not my bow.
John,
Okay.
now your turn again.
Move faster.
So
I'm not the Lion King. I can't.
Oh, I thought he was gonna be like.
I
I
knew
thought
it.
he was gonna be like, I am not fast.
So I'm gonna like try and just wrench his like
Kick it in the kidney.
he's kind of lying on me at the moment, so I think I'm just gonna like with like the one hand holding the like twisted jacket, just like pull it down even tighter and just try and like elbow against his throat.
Okay, make your attack roll.
This is unpleasant for my other face, but I'm
And
fine.
I have the same advantage disadvantage thing going on.
So it's just straight.
Yeah.
Straight roll.
Okay, that is a
How do you do that? Whenever you've got like advantage or disadvantage, you just perfectly balance it.
anyway. That's a 15.
15 hits. Roll your damage.
Michael's scary. That's all you need.
Oh,
to
sweet. 11 damage.
Okay.
And I am also going to use my second wind, and that was not
That was off the table.
roll.
Oh,
Cool. And I get 5 health back.
of course you do, because you don't have enough of that.
Don't have enough. Always need more.
Okay, so
That's my turn.
That's your turn.
I think you would do well as a vampire.
Silkus is just frustrated. Archibald.
It's not my fault, Silkus. You should have remembered your
He doesn't
spell book.
know haste, does he?
I'm gonna move my full
He
speed
does
across, and by that I mean 15 feet, I guess.
Yeah, so if you make it another 15 feet.
So you're what, 45
Got-
feet now?
I'm very unimpressed with
Thing.
this bridge. I'm very unimpressed with this fight. I'm very impressed with you two.
3.
Magic missile. 3. My apologies. You reminded me to cast my third magic missile, and I'm just gonna hit it 3 times with magic missile.
Go for it. What's your damage?
Let me tell
You aiming for the gonads again?
Yeah, fuck it, why not?
They are
Let's-
presented to you currently.
Kinda, yeah.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, and 3.
6, 9.
9 damage.
Yep. Do I
Okay.
kill it?
Unfortunately not.
Alright.
But it's looking pretty rough.
I sigh very loudly. You can hear me over the wind of the cliff. No, it's.
Is that your turn?
Yes!
Sulfur.
She perks her ears up at the sound
Yeah.
and growls and bites it.
Okay.
I know.
Roll your
She's like,
attack.
oh, he's angry. Now I'm angry.
Also
I know.
roll an intimidation check once you've done your
I
attack.
forgot to tell Sulfur
Okay.
that she was a good girl.
You did. So she gets 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
This is the price that I paid for racing.
Intimidation.
Yep.
What's that under? It's under charisma, right?
Yes.
It's a 1. She
A
rolled
1.
a 3 and has a -2.
Yeah, she
She's
doesn't.
not very intimidating for a wild animal.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, we'll roll your damage.
You should roll
6.
insight.
6
Just
again.
6 damage.
Okay. All right, and that's her turn.
No, she's gonna howl in response to Archibald's sigh, and like it sounds really like I'm pissed off too.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is the Etton's turn. It is going to try and break free of the grapple, which is that contested as well.
Should
Yep.
have disadvantage. It just got shot in the nuts 3 times.
Yeah, it's pretty unhappy about that.
That's a 14.
That's a 22, so it
Just
does.
stands up with you on its back.
Yeah, it stands, uses half of its movement to stand up, and pull you off, and it's gonna throw you to the ground. Doesn't do any damage, but it throws you to the ground. You're technically not prone.
Yeah.
And
And just like threw me to the ground, crouched.
the kill head is just like, come on!
Get sight!
Sariel, it's your turn.
Do I even have to say what I'm gonna do right now?
Yep,
I'm gonna shoot it.
go for it.
Oh, that's what you're gonna do.
23.
Yeah, hits. God, there's not even a point.
11.
11 damage. Okay.
And then I'm gonna tell it it's very stupid.
Oi, I'm not stupid.
I mean,
Yeah,
you might
you
want
are.
to work on your common if you're not.
I'm going to toll them.
Is there no way to kill one of these heads without killing the other? Can we just chop off one of the heads and then like sear
certainly try.
the injury closed?
You can certainly try. Is that your turn?
I would like to think that I mulled that over out loud.
Okay. Okay. They hear you.
And then yeah, then I turn.
You see, these are savages. We should kill them. Go on.
So I'm gonna just like leap up and try to jam the like back end of staff into this guy's eye.
Okay, roll your
And-
attack.
I'm gonna reckless it.
Go for it.
And it didn't really help much. That's a 12.
Just hits.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Right, what's your damage?
That is a 9.
9 damage. Okay. It is looking real rough. It is not having a good time. Rough, rough. Is that your turn?
No, I get to grapple it.
You do. Go for it.
17.
18. Just.
Yep.
Just
Just makes it.
manages to rip your arms off it again. Silkus is frustrated once more.
I would like to think at this point he's using his movement to just pace back and
Oh yeah,
Into
that's
the
exactly what he's
bridge.
doing. He kind of is. He's considering. He's going up to the bridge and considering stepping onto it and remembering your advice about how many people should be on this. And he's just like, come on, I can't do anything. Archibald.
I will get the last 15 feet.
Okay. And I will give you your
I
remaining
just-
15 feet of movement if you would like it.
Okay.
So
How
you
far
are
away
now
is the Adam from me?
15 feet from the end.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up to. I'm how many feet? 15?
15 feet away from the end.
I'm gonna walk up to the Adam. So Sulfur is beside me. And I'm gonna say, "You alright, John?
Yeah.
Cool. Hopefully you
Yep.
still will be.
You're
Don't
15 feet
attack
away.
people on bridges." I clap really loudly and cast Thunder Wave.
So you are 15 feet away from it.
I'm 15 feet away from it.
Yeah. So that is your full movement to get 15 feet away.
Okay.
Is that
It's a 15-foot cube.
15-foot cube point centered on a point of your choosing?
It's from me, 15 feet out.
which is why he chose to be neat.
Okay.
I get you. I get you.
So you'll
So could I get the Eden and not John?
John's just tried to grapple.
Yep.
Sulfur is 5 feet away.
Right. Okay. Sorry. I
From the
misheard.
Etten.
All right. Fine. I'm just gonna be like, hey, Eden. Eden.
Yes. What?
You like roasted marshmallows?
I love them.
Cool. You're about to become one.
What are you
Cast burning
doing to
hands.
trap? Ah!
It's a 15-foot cone.
Yep. You should be. Yeah, you can. I'd say you can get.
Dexterity saving throw, please.
That's a 2 minus 1.
Cool.
Dirty 1. What's your damage? Oof.
Fuck you. 6 damage.
6 damage. How do you want to do this?
Like I said.
Roasted marshmallow.
Roasted marshmallow. You get 2 roasted marshmallows on a giant stick as you aim this cone up and away from Sulfur and John. And you release the burning hands and just singe the hell out of its faces as they go down bickering to each other and eventually drop to the knees and fall forward. And the Etten is dead.
Cool. Bridges.
Can I loot it, please?
Make a survival check, and Silkus is going to jump on the bridge. I'm happy that he's missed all of the action.
I realized that
Roll a
Silkus.
wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
I realized that Silkus could have
19.
pulled an amazing move
19.
earlier, and he could have cast Reduce on Archibald.
I actually did think about it, but I was like, if he does that, Archibald's gonna have trouble getting over the gaps. So I avoided that. Wisdom 7 throw. Oof, that's a 10. Which means he makes.
Turn back to him. It's not as easy as it looks, is it?
So Silkus is terrified, and he has, well, really bad.
We all know how good his athletic skills
It could
are.
have been worse. So that's a 10.
I guess he was more like a field guy than a track
It's
guy.
going to take him 4 turns to get across the bridge.
Silkus,
minimum.
it takes him 3 turns.
No, that's bullshit. I rolled a 9.
You roll a, yeah. Yeah, yeah, you roll a 9, which is the next tier down. Yeah, he gets across in time. He takes his time, and he's pretty terrified, but he makes it across. Now, with you all on the other side of the bridge, having fought the Etten, that is where we're going to leave the session for tonight. I will give you your loot.
No, I wanted to know if I get money because they were talking about toll.
You do actually get some
That's
money.
all I'm looking for.
You do find some money. You find 4 gold, 3 silver,
Yes.
and 9 copper.
9 copper.
Yes, indeed.
How much silver?
3 silver
So it gives me 4. And you said 4 gold?
and 4 gold. Yeah.
Wicked. I'm now not poor.
All right, that is going to do it for the session tonight. I will give you the results of your check there. Any further once we are done here. And thank you everybody for coming along to session, what's that, 11? What did I say?
Yeah.
11.
Episode 11 of Maxed and Doubled. If you have enjoyed, please don't forget to give us a follow. Of course, you can catch up with us on Discord if you would like to speak to us personally. You can see us tweeting on Twitter. It's our handle down here. And you can also follow the that side, the Maximum Altitude Twitter at MaxOutOfficial.
Yeah. And be sure, like, if you want to ask a question about something like non-melee focused healer and support classes, just jump on Discord. Like, we'll respond. It's fine.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
We're terrible at keeping that Discord maintained in conversation, but if you ask us something, we'll respond to you.
And also, if you found us recently, catch up with all our previous episodes on YouTube.
Exactly right.
Yeah. We are everywhere and nowhere.
At
That
the
is the
same
nature of the cloud.
Time. So, thank you everyone so very much for watching. We will see you next time. Until then, take it easy.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Oh, we don't have to worry about him making a weird noise at the end of the thing.